Welcome, weary travelers, to episode 60 of Arcanarama.
Nice.
I'm reanimated bearskin rug Cameron Holt, joined by the eclectic Arcana crew. Introduce yourselves, Arcana crew.
I'm here to burgle your turts. I'm Taylor Higginbotham.
And I'm Professor Charles Francis Xavier III, Kitty.
And I'm juicy and tender. Samantha's looking up.
Soft, warm.
Soft, warm.
Wet. Yeah, right. Nobody else knows about that. We have some announcements.
I'm a normal, dry.
I forgot nobody knows about that.
Every day I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? And then it does, and then it's fine. We have some announcements to get through before we hop into tonight's stream. So I'm going to throw it over to Taylor to tell you a little bit about our sponsor, the Gilded Rogue. Just chew on those bobas first.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it so quiet because this mic is like picking up boba. Hello, I'm Taylor, and I'm here to talk about the Gilded Rogue. The Gilded Rogue is a website. The website is a place. It's like a business that you don't have to go to. It's flat, and you can get goods and items from it. The Gilded Rogue's goods and items are shirts and pillow and coffee mug, and you can buy this stuff. I think it's probably the best website. It's up there in the top 3, so you should check it out. It's one of the best in the world. When you buy things from there, making it one of the best, they will plant a tree, and the tree gets a diary, and you get to read its diary. This is going so good. I'm so nervous. I've never done this before. So go to thegildedrogue.com and buy a force of merch. I'm so sorry. But you won't be if you go to thegildedrogue.com right now.
I just want to take this opportunity to personally apologize to Safari Fred's friend.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the stream. It's pretty much like this.
I'm sure Fred said something, right? Like, hey.
Sorry, Fred's favorite thing about us is our intros.
Yeah, there's a great story going on, but they will never get to it.
They're like sweating, having one of those moments. Was like when you introduce two friend groups to one another. It's just like, I swear they're cool.
I made Kitty watch Amadeus, and I was just watching her, like, please like this movie. It's so good.
That was good.
The whole time. Yeah. This is just like Amadeus.
Hell yeah. Speaking of Kitty, I'm going to throw it over to Kitty, because we'll do it out of order. Who gives a shit?
I'm sitting right
These
next
cue
to him.
cards are
Who does
chaotic.
give a shit? Our patrons do. We have a Patreon now. Guess what? There it is. Patreon.com/Arcanarama. You can find it in the About section. You can find it from our website. Anywhere where we have stuff, there's probably a link to it. And you can join if you want to and help support the things that we do, the stuff that is broken, the things that we need, and also shipping costs. It's super helpful. If you feel like it, just think about it. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I was going to add to that, I was going to ask you to add, and then I forgot because we were talking about Pharaoh's voices and stuff before the show. One of the things that you can get access to on Patreon is Chaos Hours, which is our post-stream show where we talk about the stream and give you like a little peek behind the screen, talk about our uppies and downies, what upped us and down us during the stream. And we also take audience questions. Mm-hmm. There's a Chaos Hours channel, formerly our Convorama, now Chaos Hours, or the Chaos Hours, in our Discord, which you can get to through the link in our About section. So if you have any questions during stream...
About anything.
About anything.
Anything.
Yeah, it can be about the session. It can be about D&D in general. It can be about what color shoes I'm wearing.
What kind of towels we use to clean up all this spilled tea? I had to just force that in there.
Also, it is retroactive, so you get access to everything that we have posted up to this point. So that's Chaos Hours starting from episode 56?
Somewhere.
Something like that.
Right.
Maybe 54?
One of those. I don't remember. I could look.
We've done a few.
Have we really
Professionals.
done that many? By the time
There's at least 3.
we get to them, I'm gone. I'm gone.
Yeah,
I'm
we're all, if you
somewhere
want to see us be real tired, because we film them immediately after we stop streaming, then yeah, check that out. It's a fun thing over on Patreon. Thanks, Kitty.
Hell yeah.
Make sure to tell you next time.
else. Hell yeah.
Sam, Who's one of our other sponsors this evening?
It's More Fun Comics and Games. They're our
More Fun
local
Comics and
comic book
Games.
shop. They give us these cool giveaways, the mystery mini boxes. This one is the Snowbound mystery mini boxes. And there's something big in here this time around. They give these to us because we like to know that you guys are playing D&D the same way that we are playing D&D, or whatever tabletop RPG that you like. It doesn't have to be D&D. Okay, play whatever you want. Fuck it. I don't live your life for you, but you can play it with these minis. And Cameron will tell you how to win that giveaway. Thanks so much to More Fun Comics and Games. Go ahead and follow them on social media. It helps us. It helps them.
Tim is in the UK right now.
I'll blow you a little
Oh, that's
kiss
cool.
if
Happy
you do
UK,
it.
Tim.
Happy.
But that's not all. We
I
have
just need a deep breath.
We have 2 giveaways this evening. I also need to breathe. The second one is a Fable Fire Dice
happened?
giveaway. It's Fable Fire Dice. I make them. They're nice. I have a bunch of them right here.
Right? There's a video.
Yeah, there's one right here. Look, this is what you could win. It's the Poison Mist set.
They're really big for us.
They're super rad. These ones are cool. They're like lime green with some like misty swirls in them that came out super rad actually.
You should have you should pantomime rolling dice for the next video, so it looks like it rolls through the screen.
Oh, that's a good idea. We'll have to time it with
Just drop
Robbie.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to
Right, because
workshop
for this
here.
one I did a special little video,
Yeah.
so there's the little waterfall.
Yeah.
I did a little, yeah. Hell yeah. Well, now, so we'll tell you how to enter these giveaways later. You can't live in Quebec and win because they have rules against giveaways, but everywhere else is fair game, and all you have to do to be eligible to win is be a follower of us here on twitch.tv/Arcanarama. So click the heart if you have not already, and then you can win some cool stuff. Now it's time for Vibe Check.
Right.
So you can roll your vibe check along with us in the chat by typing !vibe check or !VB, I believe.
Nope, VC.
VC, that makes more sense. I was only thinking about vibes. I got a 10.
About vibes. Fuck.
How'd you guys do?
19.
Nice.
Yeah. It's the best one I've had in a while.
6. 12.
Okay.
How did the chat do? I like to hear the chat ones because Robbie, put Robbie's in the chat,
Robbie's in the
made
chat.
an incredible, I don't even know what to call it, like
Program?
protocol, algorithm,
Bot?
where
It's a bot, yeah.
They randomly generate using Excel sheets and all, like how to, like noun, activity, other noun.
Yeah, it's very fun. Let's read some of them.
Read them.
Butterfly 425 rolled a 6, not realizing their ID was fake. Butterfly 425 sells alcohol to 5 underage giant badgers stacked on top of each other in a trench coat.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's a pretty big mess up. You could lose your license.
Yeah.
Safari Fred rolled an 18. Safari
Hey.
Fred financially devastates a gray ooze after stealing the gray ooze's identity. I feel like there's some new ones in here.
They are never the same.
Wee Firm rolled a 12. While on a walk, Wee Firm finds a partially buried wooden chest. Inside, there is a box containing miso soup.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, free miso.
I
Fuck
don't
yeah,
want.
dude.
I don't want.
A box?
I don't
box
want
of miso.
the miso box. I don't want it. I don't want the miso from the chest.
A
Tranquil
bag.
Terror, welcome to the stream, Tranquil Terror.
Hey.
Tranquil Terror's hands are replaced with skeletal versions of themselves for 1 minute. They function identically to their normal hands. They rolled a 7.
Oh, okay.
Roaststone66 also rolled a 7. Roaststone66 got turned around exploring McDonald's. It takes 9 days to find their way back.
We should just do a whole stream of these.
Like a
Just
McDonald's
waste
in
them.
New York.
We should do an
These
art
would be
stream of
great
these.
art prompts,
Yeah,
actually.
like comics, just little, like 3 panels.
Hell yeah. Hellbell666 rolled a 5. Hellbell666's hands are replaced with skeletal versions of themselves for 1 minute. They function identically to their normal hands.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Something to talk with Tranquil Terror about.
Yeah.
You can bond with one another in that.
With your skeleton
situation.
hands.
With all of that out of the way,
Like an hour to come up with a
one more
handshake.
reminder that I forgot to type into my little reminder list.
What is it?
We are going to be taking a couple of weeks off in late April.
This
It's
month.
This month, yes.
That's not a joke.
Yeah.
We're
It
doing
is the day of jokes.
No, right. I forgot it was April Fool's Day.
Yes,
we
it is
talked
a
about
real
doing something and then
we didn't plan anything.
because we appreciate you.
Gotcha.
and
You
we're-
thought we were gonna pull a prank on you, but we didn't.
but we did.
And this isn't a setup for an actual one. We just didn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm quitting the show.
This should be called National
Calendar.
Day of No Trust, is what this.
Yeah.
So next week we have a very special episode, episode 61, super special. You don't want to miss it for reasons. Then we'll be here on the 15th as well. Then we're gonna go dark on the 22nd and the 29th of April because we're gonna be moving to a different room in the tavern
Yeah.
with some similar walls, but some different walls too.
It's how rooms work.
It's a different corner, we promise. So yeah, I almost forgot to say that, but it's an important thing. We won't be here on those weeks, but then we'll be right back in May with a new room.
You'll get reminders, social media,
Yeah,
and
we'll
Discord,
remind you.
and
Over the
every
next 2
Saturday.
weeks.
Yeah.
But you could write it down if you feel like you'll forget.
That's true.
If you keep
I
us
did.
in your planners.
I put it in my calendar.
Put us in your calendar.
It's
Arcanarama
time
planners.
For
to
what?
pass
Planner.
through. It's time to pass through the veil once again and see what awaits in the mysterious countryside of Borka. It's the next episode of Arcanarama.
Why is he talking like that?
Like what?
Previously on Arcanarama, the Mistwalkers fought a claustrophobic fight in a forgotten pit beneath the house on Cloaker Hill. The situation was dire as Lord Fritz Witherby was knocked unconscious, and Silas and Cholula were both possessed by malevolent spirits. In a clutch move, Alma twinned her Disintegrate spell, destroying both the Crawling Grave and the Skull Lord in one fell swoop. With the destruction of the Skull Lord, the spirits were freed and the mists drew back on Cloaker Hill. The party said their goodbyes to Lord Witherby, then found their rest at the Toothless Trident Tavern. The next morning, they set out for Borka's last known whereabouts in order to find and rescue Cholula's missing siblings. Along the roads of Grimdal, they encountered a suspicious band of zealots preaching the word of the Drought Lord, but kept their distance from the disease-ridden travelers. At last, the party arrived at a crossroads bearing a signpost with an empty slat pointing down one less traveled path. After tying themselves together with a length of rope, Silas led the party into the mists once again. With several paths before them, after discussing their options, the Mistwalkers found themselves within Borka, a gray countryside bisected by a red dirt road. With memories flooding back, Silas leads the group towards his old family home in Sturban. What oddities are lurking within the domain of dread? Will the party be able to avoid the machinations of this mysterious land? Is Cholula's family safe within the confines of Borka? Find out in the next episode of Arcanarama.
Welcome back, everyone. We begin, as ever, right where we left off. You find yourselves traveling north along the Ruby Road to Sturban, a small town of slanted buildings and chipped paint. As you approach, Cholula has disguised herself as a human woman with the Alter Self spell, and Silas, yet another memory comes rushing back to you. Returning to your hometown after decades, you can still recall the location of your parents' home. You know that it's on the outskirts of Sturban, but on the north side of town, the opposite from where you are now. You're kind of coming up from the south. You also recall a footpath through the surrounding forest that could lead you there without following the roads through the city, if you so choose. Which path would you prefer to take, as I believe you are currently leading the group?
Yeah. I think Silas is like his leading them through this town like is kind of like the memories are just kind of like rushing back and he's like not really talking to them. He's kind of like just like he sees the footpath and is just compelled to go down it. Like there's no words, just kind of mindlessly following these memories. That's not like alarming, but he's just kind of in a mode.
Excellent. So you head through the woods,
Yes.
splitting off from the Ruby Road. Oh, actually, excuse me. One more thing.
Got a Ruby Road song. Make you up.
No, not this week.
Ruby Road, take us home.
To the place.
Where Silas is from.
Excellent.
North of Borka. Where's my mama?
Cholula. As you're following Silas along the road, you get a strange, uneasy feeling, like you're being watched. You're not sure if it's just being back in Borka after having murdered a good chunk of a noble family here, or...
I rid the townspeople of them.
Exactly. You're not sure if it's something to do with that or maybe something else. You just feel uneasy.
Okay. Do I see anything? Does anyone?
With your ridiculous passive perception, which is like 21 or some shit.
23.
Is it
23.
the background music? That might be what's making.
You see out of the corner of your eye what looks like a small black cat with one large green eye in the center of its head, just peering at you from the edge of the tree line off the road. And then another on the other side of the road. This one with two green eyes and long spindly legs, sort of like long bulbous nose and large ears compared to most house cats you've seen. Whipping around, there's a third about 10 feet away from you on the path, arguably the most normal looking of the group. It cocks its head. You feel a strange connection with these small beasts. And I'm going to send you a little thing.
Okay.
That's not.
Like, do I feel a comforting type of connection, or like a?
These cats have been trying to kill you for some time.
These cats. These
It's
are the babies.
It's hard. It doesn't feel malevolent, I'll say.
I said no phones during the game, guys.
Sorry, I should have prepared
What did
this.
you say? I couldn't hear you over the sound of someone trying to control me.
Sorry, I should have prepared this beforehand.
I get.
It was a
The cue
scramble.
cards say you don't look at your phone, guys.
Our pre-written show, because this is all scripted. We're clearly people who stick to a script.
Taylor and Sam laugh.
We write in every
Kitty joins
tangent,
in.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we've never actually had an organic conversation together.
Not once. And then Kitty says,
Fucking
What?
she says what?
The role we gave her is that she doesn't know the cue cards are there.
Yeah.
boom, boom.
Cue cards would be helpful.
What the?
What does this footpath kind of look like? Is it like
Just like a
something like a
general.
kid would take through?
It does.
Like
It's like it's more of a trail than a footpath even. There's like patches. Basically, like if you weren't aware of it, you wouldn't recognize the little patches of dirt as being a trail, so much as just like you're kind of following a split, a break between tree branches.
Yeah, like kind of a grab a tree, like it's kind of more worn there, like as though someone would grab it and walk by it.
Cholula, now being
I was trying to vamp.
the third member.
We waited too long.
Now being the third member of the Mistwalkers to actually step through the mists of your own volition, because before when you left Borka, you left with the carnival.
Yeah.
You didn't actually pass through the mists yourself, but now you have. And it seems you picked up a few stragglers on your way.
Oh, snap.
Worth
Are
noting,
they
Silas and
babies?
Alma,
Sorry.
you see nothing.
I used to run through here on the way to town when I was a kid.
Alone? As a kid? Here?
Yes, no, it wasn't. I don't think it was abnormal then. But I remember this. There was a rock here at one point, and I would kind of swing around this tree to get around it. It's weird, like not having memories for so long, and then suddenly having every memory. It's just from being in a place, it's very strange.
Having split off from the Ruby Road, you set off on, again, more of a trail than a path into the woods on the outskirts of Sturban. Thin-trunked aspen trees obscure your vision within 100 or so feet.
You're good. Sorry.
No worries.
I muted mine.
Hell yeah. Even with their white bark and dark knots, the forest grows darker than the time of day would normally allow as the canopy thickens above you. Silas, as you're having this little conversation with Alma, memories continue to flood back to you as you lead your party along the trail. The few breaks that you would get from working in the mines, your father would bring you into these very woods to teach you to hunt. An odd, partial memory returns. you weren't just learning how to hunt, but also learning how to hide effectively. We flash back a number of years to a young Silas, who on his 11th birthday received his very own bow. It wasn't fancy, just a bit of yew pulled taut, with a hempen cord. Remember, Silas, always keep low. Use your size to your advantage. And we only take small game, understand? Anything bigger than a rabbit is a scam. Remember, if we see anything or anyone that isn't a potential meal, we hide until they pass. Then run for home. Got it?
Got it.
Your father, Nigel, a stoic man who often preferred action over words, leads you through the woods at a near crouch. There's a rustling in the thicket ahead of you. Just there. He points forward. You see a sizable rabbit with dirt brown pelt, tall ears, and a small set of hooked antlers protruding from its brow. Knock your arrow here, like this. And he helps you set up your shot. Now take aim. Both eyes open, both eyes. Take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Just like with the targets at home. Roll a d20.
3.
3. The arrow goes wide and hits a tree trunk just next to this strange jackalope creature, which then pops its head up and takes off into the woods. No worries, no worries. This happens. But see, this is where we'll learn to track the creature. Follow me. And he, staying again, almost at a crouch, begins leading you more through the woods.
Yeah, just kind of grab a coattail.
As you're having this little trip down memory lane, Alma, make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm just here, dude.
Yeah. Not that one.
Dexterity saving throw?
Make a sleight of hand check. Throws dice on ground.
20, dirty.
Dirty 20. Nice. You managed to, let's put it this way. Following behind Silas, who I imagine is probably recounting this encounter a bit.
I'm looking in the direction of the rabbit where it was.
Yeah, and you know that you're just maybe a half mile, maybe a mile from the old Wilford house. Alma, you feel a strange solidity to the ground beneath your right boot as you take a step, realizing that it doesn't feel like the rest of the kind of leaf-covered ground in this area that's more soft and smushy. And you manage to pull back your foot just in time as you hear a snap and large iron jaws clasp together and send this resounding snap through the woods, which then are pulled by a rope that lifts off the ground. And you know that if you had been a moment slower, you would have been dangling by your ankle from that.
Ow.
I heard this, I imagine.
Yeah, this kind of snaps you back into...
Are there a lot of those out here?
I kind of scan the area and see if there are more around.
Yeah, this would be more of an investigation check.
Okay.
This was hidden beneath leaf cover, so you'll have to kind of poke around a bit with a short sword or something to see if you trigger anything.
What am I doing?
Perception.
No, I'm doing
Investigation.
Invest.
4.
4. You don't find any more traps in your immediate area, but you do hear a twig snap in your vicinity.
Where?
This seems odd, given the memory I just kind of went through, this, talking about the size of game that they wanted and the size of this trap.
Yeah, it does seem odd.
This wasn't here before. Sorry, I guess be on your guard. This isn't really...
Is there,
I'll keep eyes out. And can I roll for investigation?
Absolutely.
the staff still?
Which one? The smelly one or the disentanglement one?
The disentangling one?
Yeah.
We could use
want
that
it?
to just tap the ground ahead of us, and if there's any...
Nice.
If one of y'all wants to take it, I've got all the other things that I'm sort of
Sure.
attached to, and it's hard to concentrate on, being in tune with every one of these things.
Sure.
Okay.
That's a good way to put it.
Silas, since you're leading the way, do you want to...
Sure. You just throw it to me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to move like at all. I'm just like,
Yeah,
hey.
poking around, you do trigger another that just kind of very well hidden, just like, and then lifts up again. Cholula, with your passive perception, hearing that twig snap, you quickly turn your head in the direction of the sound. Lurking there in the underbrush is a large feline face with orange and black stripes and white around the mouth. The head begins to raise, but continues past where you would have assumed, standing tall about 6.5 feet. A clawed hand curls its fingers onto the tree next to it, but the thumb appears to be on the wrong side. As this strange tiger-like humanoid begins to approach, you hear from behind you the sound of falling trees, and you can see like this loud snapping and splintering, and you see trees in the canopy disappearing. And I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
We just
Oh.
here.
That's canon. That's we just got here.
Welcome to Borka, everyone.
What the hell?
I want to go home.
Wow, we.
Okay. I didn't set this up beforehand because I wasn't sure if you were going to go into the woods or into the city. So give me a moment while I plant some trees.
I asked if it was like a childhood memory thing, and if you said yes, I was gonna go.
No, for sure.
No.
It's just a matter of whether I was putting down trees or buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
The scariest thing is that I might, while trying to,
Yeah.
What's happening?
I'm trying not to flash the audience.
Oh, that's fair.
Either trying to gain money and also lose money at the same
Yeah.
time.
Gain money and lose a channel.
Yeah.
A little behind the scenes look at what you don't get to see when we're setting up for the stream.
It's a bag of trees.
It's a bag of trees.
Bag of trees.
Got one palm tree in there too, just in case I ever need it.
Just the
Tree bag.
we have beached before.
Yeah.
It's true. Funnily enough, I don't think I used it during that.
Tropics of Mist.
That is fun.
No, I think you did put it out because we talked about it.
Also, pretend
Yeah.
they're aspen trees.
The
Okay.
aspen trees.
I have trouble
trees.
pretending.
Look at my aspen.
Oh, look at my aspen trees.
The aspen
They're so white. My bleached aspen.
Hey, what did we all have before we came to this specific stream?
Did you?
Yeah, I think I'm back on. If you can't hear me but you see my mouth moving, please say so.
All right, Cholula, you know
Take a trip to bleached Aspen, Colorado.
You know what? You know what this party needs? This
We
party
should
needs.
go to Colorado.
Oh God. Oh,
Yeah, we
this is
should.
this is a dangerous
The
box.
babies can hear me.
We should all go see
That's
Murder
what
by
I've
Death.
decided we'll call
Need
them.
some rocks.
The babies.
Every fight needs a couple of rocks.
I
Couple
didn't
of
realize how
rocks.
like altitude sick I would get. Like the places we'd visited before weren't as high up as the last one we visited.
They'll get you.
Yeah.
I want to go see aspen trees. I didn't go on that trip.
Bleached aspen trees.
Bleached aspen.
Yeah, we should all go see Murder by Death.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay.
Love Murder by Death.
You need to get your dress all fancy.
And then, okay, wait.
And then there's underwhelming bars
Just
outside.
a suggestion. We all go see Murder by Death, and then we all go see Stray Kids together.
That's
Okay,
like
same
$5,000.
Yes,
What?
it is.
It's very K-pop. Yeah, K-pop concerts are fucking expensive.
Join me. Yeah, join my suffering.
All right.
They're like the Eagles. I saw the Eagles here last week. Thought I'd come by and see
Exactly
Stray Kids. I want to see that old like guitar
There's
dad.
Sam showed me an excellent shirt that just says like, "I'm here for my wife and Bangchan."
Yes, we are.
I'll take that shirt regardless of if I go to the show.
It'll just have your different relationships to me and a member.
Yeah, and whoever your bias is.
I still really want
I
that
know
Michelle
things.
Yosh. I just want a shirt with someone else's name on it. I love that so much.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
want like an old Celine Dion shirt.
Yeah. Oh my God. With like her like a intimate photo, like Celine and vertical, like so good.
Should have worn my Reba jacket.
All right. Initiative.
All right.
What are we looking at?
I got a 17.
I also got a 17.
Nice.
I
I'm
got
gonna
a
go out on a limb and assume
Under
Cholula has a
20?
better
I rolled a 3.
dex.
What?
Wow.
But I think her 17 still beats your 17.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm very recently a +4 dex monk. because I was a strong monk.
Strong monk.
And then Alma?
16.
Nice.
It's a good day for Alma.
Hell yeah. I've got a couple of rolls to make as well.
Oh, we can practice our tracker stuff too.
Dope.
I'm just gonna do it right now for a little bit of vamping.
Yes, please.
Pretty soon. Go ahead and throw Robbie's in the chat for this announcement. Robbie has developed HP trackers that will be up on our display pretty soon. We are going to be practicing them on our side this time, but pretty soon we'll have a heads-up display of our health, like a little health bar, our AC. And
So you
Might
can
also
know how
handle,
much
like, our
danger
spell
we're
slots
in.
and stuff too.
yeah, spell slots and potentially conditions. He's still kind of working on that. If you know anything about how, I'll talk about it later. If you know anything about how hard it has been for streamers to get information from D&D Beyond, you'll know Robbie has done incredible work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As always. There's a tree stuck in a tree.
Oh no, it flew.
You see
There's like a tiny
the tall
tree.
one. It's like clinging onto him.
You can wait.
Hell yeah.
Small
I
Christmas.
didn't roll above a 10.
I just realized you're wearing an incredible shirt.
Thanks, I got it today.
So rad.
It came in with well cow.
I like that it doesn't have words.
Yeah,
That's
he
so
worked
rad.
well, Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Unsleeping City.
I saw Brennan wearing it in an adventuring academy recently.
Yeah.
And then saw that it was in the store, and I was like, I need that.
Yeah.
Dope.
Gotta
That
have my pops.
brings us to the top round, Cholula.
Still.
Oh,
Still.
okay.
Yep.
So there's a little guy, huh? And he's like obviously threatening us.
Yes.
Okay.
He has a hungry look in his eye.
He's hungry. Okay, and then the tree's falling. Are they really falling behind us?
Yes, ahead of you, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
so we're facing him. They're falling behind
I'm
him.
it.
No. So towards the camera is falling trees.
Okay.
is there something knocking the trees over?
Make a perception check at disadvantage at this point.
Okay.
It's hard to get eyes very far out in the woods. It's like that lost moment where you see the trees moving and being uprooted
Yeah.
in the distance.
That is 19. No,
19.
that's persuasion, sorry. 23.
23. I'm gonna say that's enough. I don't have a mini for this specific creature on me, but you do see there are these bright flashes, and then a tree goes down, and then another bright flash, another tree goes down. You see this hovering ball of meat with several tentacles, with eyes at the end of them, and one large eye at the front of its face.
Okay, and is he
Heading
coming
towards
after us, or are they battling each other and we're caught in the middle?
It seems headed in your direction.
Fuck, okay. Well,
I'd say on your next turn you can make an insight check as a free action, but
okay.
we'll have to start using bonus actions and shit if you want to keep making checks on this turn.
Okay. I am going to use a
Oh.
bonus action to shift.
Yeah, also with your passive perception,
Yeah.
you notice one more creature.
Who is it?
You didn't hear it, but now on high alert and being alert, you see a strange creature just kind of hovering just over the leaves of the ground through the woods, flanking you at this point. You've seen a creature like this before, but it had had the tentacles on its face removed. On this one, they are fully intact. As you see an illithid, more colloquially known as a mind flayer, hovering through the woods in your direction.
Okay.
This shit cabin in the woods.
I'd like to clarify that none of this was in the woods when I was a child either.
Shit.
Also worth noting, Silas, you only came out here a handful of times with your father when you were 11. When you were 12, you fled Borka. So you do have like some fond memories of being out here, but not a plethora of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the ones that stand out. I got too real. I'm sorry.
I'm going to.
It's okay.
I don't really know like which of these is more dangerous. You know?
You gotta waste around. You
Yeah.
know, just take a round.
I
Like,
guess-
okay, this one sucks.
I'll go for the first one I saw. And I'm gonna run up to the It's a Rakshasa, right? With the backwards
It is.
hands. I'm gonna run up to that guy and I'm gonna give him a slice on my way to the other side of him. So I'm behind him.
Hell yeah. So kind of rushing up and around.
Yeah, and just doing a whack.
Yeah, go ahead and
On
make an
my way.
attack roll.
Slicing and dicing. Fucking really? This is just who I am today. 13.
13, all right. You get sneak attack damage. Wait, that was to hit. Sorry.
Yeah.
My brain is catching up with my mouth now. 13 does not hit, unfortunately. As you rush forward, the strange makeup of this creature, you're not expecting its arms and hands to move and bend the way that they do, because it's literally like they're flipped. Like the left arm is on the right and the right arm is on the left. And the way that it just kind of grabs your wrist and pushes it out of the way, you don't make purchase with your strike.
Okay.
You've got a bonus action?
I used it to shift.
Right. Good to know. All right, ending Cholula's turn is going to bring us to Silas.
Hello. Are there any traps near me on the ground?
From your investigation check, you know that I would say you know that at least this clearing is free of traps. All the two that were there have been activated.
Okay, but there's no, like, between me and this big tentacle thing?
You haven't investigated that far ahead.
Okay. And which staff did I end up having? Do I have the
The
stinky?
disentanglement.
You have the one that we use on
Do I have the
objects.
stinky?
Okay, the check.
Yeah.
The check staff. Okay.
The
Does
god
that one
staff.
require attunement?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So it will not have abilities if you use
Could
it.
I
It's
just-
It's a quarter staff.
Could I, like, open the bag and just, like, drop that in?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. I didn't know.
Free object interaction to
Yeah.
put that away.
Yeah, and in the same movement, I'll draw my.
Ash, there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You know? This one's for you, Cameron.
Oh.
In that same movement, I will pull out a seldom used short bow.
Nice.
Oh, emotional.
And I will
Heartstrings.
fire at
was
this
genuine.
thing, at any clearing that I can
Yeah.
get to it.
Have you had? Is this like a short bow that you purchased, or have you had this?
I've had this forever.
You're
Like
Starting
starting
equipment?
equipment.
You pull out a rough-hewn yew bow with a little, oh god, the word left me, hempen cord. And as you pull it back, recalling that memory, you know exactly where you got this bow. And you can go ahead and make an attack roll.
Shit. I got too real again.
Oh no.
I promised I was gonna cry. Promise fulfilled.
Oh, do we need a cry here? I can do that.
Robbie had a cry.
Just ask. I'll cry. cry for you.
21.
21 hits.
Nice.
12 plus 9, yes. Right? Yes. That is 9 points of damage.
Nice.
Do I get a good look at what this thing is?
Yeah, and with your time spent in Waterdeep, you know Beholder when you see one.
Oh, it's not like the other meatball.
No, yeah, that's what.
Yeah, we've been up
this
against
is like
a lot of meatballs.
This is like a bigger, meaner version of the one that you fought in Mistanoir.
a bigger, meatier version.
Yeah, because that one was just like mouths, and it was like I can smell you. This one, this one's all eyeballs.
Okay.
I wrote it.
Cool.
You did.
Halberds don't have a throw, do they? They don't look like they do.
They don't have a thrown property, but you are a tavern brawler. So if you wanted to throw your halberd, you could add your proficiency bonus.
I'm gonna throw my halberd.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna just like Greek style shot put this thing, like like just absorbing Ollie's training.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and make ranged attack rolls. Will be dexterity and proficiency.
Okay. 15.
15 does not hit, unfortunately. I'm going to say, just for the purposes of tracking things, I'll use this little candlestick. And we'll say that it sticks into this tree, and your halberd is over there.
Okay.
Halberd.
Your halberd, it's in the tree! Wow, okay.
I'm going to take this time to...
Don't worry about it.
I'm going to kind of throw the halberd and kind of back up a little. And then I'm just going to start to emit a smoke a bit and look at Alma and be like, and then I'm gonna rage with all this doubt and kind of
get
anxiety.
Some really useful advice in this situation, and I got poof.
Strangely, in this particular scenario, when usually you rage and the mist emits from you and drifts down towards the ground, it almost kicks up in reverse this time. It draws from the soil around you and engulfs your body.
Yeah, and then after I rage, emitting from my eyes, Raiden style, it's why is this leaving me? I'm buying myself time to come up with this noun. And then I get really determined and look through the forest. A beholder. And then just tons of mist pouring off of me now.
Yeah. I'll say you're level 15 adventurers. You've heard of beholders before.
We've been through libraries.
Yeah.
Together.
And you know that that's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's it. 2 really well placed attacks and bonus action.
Excellent. Ending Silas' turn brings us to Alma.
I would like cover. I would like to carefully get up behind this skinny tree that's the closest one behind me.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. You just want to get this way? Mm-hmm. Okay. Easy enough. That's your movement range.
Okay, first things first. It's time for a little bit of a twin spell.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and cast Shield of Faith on Silas and Cholula.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. Before you guys mark that,
That's not a real roll. Sorry, I was trying to scroll.
Alma, you go to cast the spell. Is Shield of Faith a leveled spell?
That's a first level spell.
Okay, mark off the spell slot. It fizzles in your hand. And you remember, fuck. That big eye on that beholder emits an anti-magic field. 150-foot cone, which, this is a 60-foot cone. So it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
This is 100 feet long.
Even if I'm
which is how I
behind an
measured.
object?
You're within 100 feet.
So these other
Let me
enemies
check,
also can't do magic, or is it?
Does the gaze have to fall on someone? Does it have to actively do this? That's just a question.
I don't think so. The way that it's worded, it says the beholder's central eye creates an area of anti-magic.
Okay.
Word.
But that's for anybody. So the other enemies are also affected by that.
You would imagine so.
Okay.
He careful spells his eye. Just got to squints on that.
He's got horse blinders on.
Yeah, his iris.
That's all the space. It's everywhere.
Okay.
Audio. We promised them good audio.
All right. Ending Alma's turn is going to bring us to the beholder.
Yeah, I went from nervous Silas to as soon as the mist was pouring off of him to fucking bring it.
I'm gonna barf.
I'm a little bored. There should be a martial beholder that has a strength stealing ray, you know.
Oh, I thought you were
It has a bunch of hands.
suggesting that he spins and flails his little eye husks
That's a
around and
Pokemon.
slaps everybody.
Yeah, that's Machamp.
Is it?
No, it's Hitmontop.
Monchan or Lee?
Hitmontop?
Hitmontop? There's one that's a top.
That's
Hey,
Does it have a
Oh,
bunch
that must
of
be
arms?
new.
Its head is the top.
Yeah, like
and which
more
one's the
It's
bottom?
upside down.
And which one's the bottom?
The top. Its head is the top.
The beholder is going to fire 3 eye rays, one at each of you.
I want to go home. I want to go home.
The first one at Silas. Fuck. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I have ADV, eh?
Fucking this man
Yeah, because you're raging.
fucking showed up here. Fucking all the shit.
Natural 19 plus 9.
That succeeds. You duck out of the way just in time as this, like, bright white hot ray that looks very familiar rushes past you and disintegrates this tree.
I'm laughing, like maniacal, horrible laughing. It almost sounds like 2 laughs at once.
Hell yeah. Against Alma, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Does cover count here?
It does here, yes.
There's 2 trees there.
Make this with advantage.
If I die, well,
But worth
there
noting,
is-
its eye rays are like wiggling at tentacles and like
Yeah.
peering around shit.
Yeah.
with advantage,
Yes.
19.
19 succeeds. This sort of like almost vibrant pink ray fires in your direction and just kind of like passes through the leaves of the trees. There's a slight like, but they don't seem like destroyed or changed in any way. And Cholula, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It's all been going really well so far for me with rolls, so like nobody worry.
Somebody goes down. Oh, there's a mind flare on this.
That was briefly 2 Fs there.
Yeah.
That was so creepy.
Oh no!
19.
This fight is triggering for Sam. 19 succeeds. If you want to know why, check out the Guardians of the Phoenix podcast on our Patreon.
2 days.
This time, a bright red, or rather, almost like dark red ray fires from one of the eyes and goes just past you, similar to the one that fired at Alma. It passes through the leaves of the tree near you, but doesn't affect them in any way. They don't like change color or get destroyed.
We're being raided by the Gilded Flask.
Hello! Hello! Welcome back. Welcome back.
We're in the middle of a nightmare circus.
Yeah. Hey, we've got a beholder, a mind flayer, and a Rakshasa on the field right now, folks.
And it's not us.
Pray for them. To the dice gods, obviously. That is the
Or
beholder's,
whatever you think will help.
That's the beholder's turn. It's hovered forward 20 feet
Bad.
and shot its 3 eye rays off. That is going to end its turn and bring us to the Rakshasa.
Rock Shasta.
Rakshasa.
Rock Dr. Thunderbolt. Just
I need to look.
I'm gonna
something
name
up really
I'm gonna name
quickly.
like homebrew
Okay.
D&D enemies after off-brand sodas.
This is gonna quickly approach Purgatory territory.
Yeah.
What?
Purgatory territory.
Burger territory.
Okay, that
Good
was.
audio.
I'm happy for me.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
I feel insane right now. I just want you to know that
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
I'm sweating because I've been doing like Dayquil, NyQuil, and I like ran around earlier, so I'm just gonna be sweating because I'm alive.
The Rakshasa whips around at you, Cholula, and it's going to make 2 claw attacks against you.
Tell it don't, though.
The first one is a 12,
That does not hit.
No.
misses. The second one is a natural 2.
That
which
also does not hit.
That one does hit though.
It just turns and swipes out at you, and almost like emotionless on the face, just like turns this strange tiger-like appearance, and it actually like does 2 backhands because its hands are on the wrong sides, and just kind of like swipes out at you.
Rude.
But you're starting to, after it deflected you, you're starting to get used to its weird physique,
Does it-
and you're adjusting.
Seem like it knows what it's doing?
You can make an insight check on your turn if you'd like.
Okay.
That, however, brings us to the mind flayer.
I want to change where I am. I want to change where I am. I don't want to be here.
Just go back. Go back.
Actually, can you just?
Can you just go back like 3 rounds real quick?
Actually, I want Alma off the board. I'm gonna go home.
we can
I'll
make
come
that
pick you up after.
Actually, when Cholula was like, y'all don't have to go, Alma was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay in this haunted house.
I wanted so bad to meta, like, I know Sam doesn't want to be near a mind flayer with her history
Fuck,
on
but
this
I'm
table.
here. I
Yeah.
am here. And
I need all of you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Is he doing magic?
This is not magic, this is an ability.
It's
Sam's
always
favorite
an ability.
phrase.
Whenever Cameron's casting spells and bullshit, it's always an ability.
This isn't even a spell. This isn't a spell. This is a psionic ability. So
Oh my god.
Spell, it's my dick in your face.
oh, my side.
You don't even have glasses to push up for that.
Actually,
Nothing against glasses, but everything against that action.
how'd everybody do?
19.
19 succeeds.
18. 16 plus 2 is 18, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
18 succeeds.
14.
14 fails.
Of course it does. Of course it does. You fucking husband that I married.
You fucking husband.
You fucking husband.
Alma, you take 23 points of psychic damage, and you are stunned.
She's gonna kill you, Cameron.
This is combat.
Not if her teammates help her out of this situation. I know there's a stunned in here. I can never
Oh,
find
it's a
the
little
stunned.
calculator.
Uh-huh.
Cute. I'm still mad though.
Silas and Cholula, you feel this immense headache coming on, but you basically just like flex and it goes away.
Stillness of body.
What does stunned is a condition I can put in, right?
Yes, it is.
Great.
You are incapacitated and other stuff.
Automatically fails strength and dex throws.
So beautiful.
Attack rolls against me have so long, everyone. It was a good 20 or so sessions that I've been back.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect on yourself on a success.
I don't think I'm gonna make it that far. I have a bad fucking feeling.
That is its action. It has some movement, however, 30 feet. Jesus, just show me.
Are you trying to get around this tree?
Yeah, it can get just there. That ends the Mind Flayer's turn and brings us to the top of the round.
I would like to slice and dice.
It is not Cholula's turn, actually.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Never mind. We'll slice and dice later.
Yeah.
You hear
Save it.
heavy footfalls coming through the woods as a figure in just like kind of drab green cloak with, you see like there's a scarf around the shoulders that almost looks, it was designed to look like foliage.
Fashionable?
Specifically, not fashionable, it is camouflage. It looks like the foliage of this particular forest.
Okay.
So there's like this kind of like earthen green cloak, and then the scarf itself has these kind of like reddish and brownish bits to match the kind of muted red and orange tones of the aspen leaves. They dart out from behind this rock, up behind the Mind Flayer.
Is this a friend?
They're gonna go ahead and make 3 attacks against the Mind Flayer.
It's a helpy helper.
But it's a friend, so it means he's gonna fail on every one of these attacks.
That's a natural 1. The first one.
It's always this way. No one helps.
I feel like I should just roll every ally roll in our little box friend.
We've
Because
had
like,
ancient dragons roll natural ones the whole time.
if I
before.
roll low, hang on, I'm gonna use a different die. If I roll low again, I'm gonna start rolling them all in the box so you can see this curse that I have.
Then you roll nat 20s, you know what I mean? What are we looking at here? What are you doing? Did you just roll the most interesting roll in D&D history?
It's a 13, but that misses. Also, it was a 3 on the die, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring our friend out. Just that everybody knows I'm not lying to murder my friends.
You're gonna roll a nat 20 right now.
Can you guys let me know if it's up in the stream?
You said friend, but it might not have given it.
I see
It's
it.
up.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
Thank you.
Robbie's in
Thank
the
you.
chat.
All right.
Robbie's in the chat.
Last one. And now it's a 17. Okay.
He's
That
been lying to us.
is a 27, which absolutely hits. I'm just going to leave this here for now.
Thank you, Robbie.
Thank you, Robbie. Okay, that one hits for sure.
My car keys are right there.
You're a clown.
I could go get a little
I
snack.
mean, we could all just sit down and then we can start campaign 2 next week.
Yeah.
Think about it.
This is group storytelling. We outnumber him. The story now is these adventurers give up.
Not even flee, just die.
They just lay down.
Just lay down.
After
Done.
all that we've been through, I think it's time for a nap.
It's a big fan service episode here.
We all just get disintegrated. We become one with the mist and full circle. There we go.
It's what you always wanted. It would be a better ending than Game of Thrones. And I will still keep pulling that card. I know it's been years.
It'll probably be great once it's written in a book.
Yeah. After 20 years.
Excellent. That's their full turn. They do manage to do 16 points of force damage. And you watch as the fist collides with the Mind Flayer. There's this like, Alma, you're stunned, but you're still like taking in information. It almost looks like the fist doesn't actually hit because the long robe that the Mind Flayer is wearing pushes back against the fist and never actually touches it. It's just like this strange force surrounding the fist that impacts. And you see some blood trickle out from where its beak is. That is the mysterious stranger's turn, which is going to bring us to Cholula.
Okay.
That's my
The little friends that
Did you say that's my wife?
Yeah.
the
Not the
little
character.
He's so nice to her.
the little friends that I recently got. Those
I
are
love you.
that like
I'm also
using
your
that
friend.
would be an ability. Yeah.
Using what?
The mist things that I just recently got.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I would like to use borrowed eyes.
Okay, what does that do?
As an action, I can influence the presence guiding the watchers for 1 hour. For the duration, I have advantage on intelligence or on investigation and wisdom checks. I can't be blinded. And I can do this once per long rest. So I'm just kind of bolstering those those checks.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to call the dancing sword.
Okay, you call the dancing sword. It is a magic item. It doesn't come out of its sheath.
Classic. Okay. I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
It's hard not blood.
Ending Cholula's turn brings us to Silas.
Yeah. So it's not a spell. It's an ability. For flavor, I'm going to pull out my umbrella and sink into the mist. And
Yeah.
I'm going to peer behind our big friend. And I'm going
Big friend.
to hit.
Hit it.
Like a lot.
Yeah. I'm going to.
Yeah, I will say, like, you guys have an ally in this fight, but this is not one to not go all out on.
Yeah, I'm going to war pick it when I come back
I
out.
drank a lot of boba. I'll be right back.
Go for it.
You can mute that.
No, they need to know.
But I'm not saying mute what you say. I'm saying while it's gone, so
You
I'm not
can stop talking.
going to do that, so we're not doubling speech. Yeah, war pick. Wait, do I get ADV whenever I come out of that?
I think you do.
Yes, on the first melee that I come out with. Sweet. That's a amount of numbers.
Cool.
At 24.
Yeah, that hits.
Uh, 14 points of magical damage.
Nice. Not bad. That's your
And-
first attack.
And again, if I could.
You can.
25.
25 also hits.
14 again.
Nice.
That was bonus to thingamajigs, and I'm good.
All right. Ending Silas's turn brings us to Alma.
I can't take actions or reactions, but does that mean I can still take a bonus action?
Yes, and this is not like that other thing. This is not like when Silas and Cholula were possessed, because you haven't lost control of your body. You're not being controlled by someone, so if you need verbal or somatic components for a bonus action, I will allow that.
Yeah, that
However-
works right up until I remembered I'm in a stupid anti-med. I love you so much.
I'm trying to turn him around. I'm
Yeah,
really trying
I guess
to.
I'm just gonna. I'll do my stupid save. Yep, I'll save.
Okay, go ahead and make another intelligence saving throw.
I'm just gonna do it, and it's just gonna happen, and I'm just gonna survive against a mind player for the first time since I met Cameron Holt. That's a 4.
You don't take more damage, you're just still stunned.
She's blaming Cameron for dice rolls now.
He made him.
You did make them.
I did make them, it's true. Use the good ones. Did you bring that new buy dice that I made for you?
You think it's gonna do better? You think you're cute?
Maybe for control, try rolling like a chess X.
I don't own it.
Ending Alma's turn brings us to the Beholder, which whips around at Silas.
Did you get him?
Not because of peer pressure at all.
I punched him with a war pick in his taint a couple times.
Do you have?
Your hand is in his mouth.
It's a circle. I imagine most of it is its
Most
taint.
of it is taint.
It
Tickle
taint
his
not,
tonsils.
you know. I, as a player, have never gotten close to a beholder. I've been mostly range things whenever I fought them before, if I could just say that as Taylor. So I don't know what I'm about to get into.
For sure. Well, it could bite you.
It has a mouth? Oh, it does have a mouth.
It does
It
have a
has
mouth.
a mouth.
Yeah.
Only taint.
Yeah, just eyes.
But
Eyes and
instead,
teeth.
3 tentacles whip around and focus on you.
We're having
Wow,
really
I
different experiences.
Need you to, I'm gonna try and not move. I need you to look at this. I just rolled 3 9s
What's that?
Oh, wow.
3d10.
What's that?
I need you to make 3 dexterity saving throws.
No.
Well, they're all
If anybody's
ADD.
playing along at home, you can look up a beholder and see which of its eye rays are different things. This is fucking bananas. I cannot believe
I
this.
hope this is the one that gives me a nice massage.
Yeah,
I
this is the
failed.
eye ray where this is the eye ray that just
These are all ADV.
yeah.
These are all ADV, right?
Yes, because you're a barbarian, and you can definitely see it.
17 plus 9.
That succeeds.
One of those is cocked.
Roll
Yeah.
it again.
17.
17 just succeeds.
Yes. And dirty 20.
Dirty 20 succeeds. 3 disintegration rays shoot at you, and you just dance around.
I was just
them.
about to say, you're about to just disintegrate a main character of this game.
I'll be
I was
honest,
about to
I
say
didn't
it.
look at what ray it was. I just saw that I rolled 3 9s, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. 3 of the same number on a d10? Look at this. Oh, it's disintegration ray. Fuck.
I'd say like silence moves, but like the mist stays, so it makes it kind of hard to like see which one he is.
Yeah, that would have not been good.
If any one of them hit, I imagine.
And that's its whole action. And it's not going to move anymore, so that ends the Beholder's turn and brings us to the Rakshasa.
Just a little bit of pee. Don't worry about it.
Now that the Beholder has turned around,
I guess that throws all my spells out the window.
Cholula, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I hate how many saves are.
Okay.
That sounded hard,
Yeah.
homie.
Well,
That's your skull.
Oh, that's 5.
Hey, don't.
Don't.
Maybe this is a good one.
Oh, he's gonna heal you.
He's gonna give you
You
wisdom.
don't have like advantage against things that charm you, do you? As a shifter?
I don't know.
Spells cast by creatures within 5 feet.
Oh,
Oh, that's from being a mage slayer, right?
yeah.
Then yeah, you roll with advantage.
Do it again.
I'm so glad I saw that. It's in your save. I think you can tap the reason, right?
$14. No, 15.
15 still fails.
Yeah. Here we are.
Cholula, this Rakshasa looks at you and the mouth opens and you just hear this kind of low hiss. And for you, in a very cartoonish way, it feels like the hiss like goes into one ear and moves through your brain and out the other, and it's just kind of filling your headspace. And you are not aware of what's going on. You have been dominated.
Is that like possession, kind of?
Kind of, except
It's like we're being
leather.
us, the people.
I'm just gonna read this to you
Okay.
so that we all know what's going on. I'm not too worried about meta situations here because this is quite a predicament I've put you in.
Yeah, that's not a condition in the little like
Correct.
drop down.
Well, you're charmed.
Okay.
You've been beguiled. You failed your wisdom saving throw. You're charmed for the next minute, which is 10 rounds. You had advantage on the saving throw already, so that doesn't matter. While the target is charmed, that's you. You have a telepathic link with it, as long as the two of you are on the same plane of existence. You are. You can use this telepathic link. I'm speaking to the Rakshasa, basically.
Yeah.
You can use this telepathic link to issue commands to the creature while you are conscious, no action required, which it does its best to obey. You can specify a simple and general course of action, such as attack that creature, run over there, or fetch that object. If the creature completes the order and doesn't receive further direction from you, it defends and preserves itself to the best of its ability. If you can use your action, you can use your action to take total and precise control of the target. Until the end of your next turn, the creature takes only the actions you choose and doesn't do anything that you don't allow it to do. During this time, you can also cause the creature to use a reaction, but this requires you to use your own reaction as well. Each time the target takes damage, it makes a new wisdom saving throw against the spell. If the saving throw succeeds, the spell ends. Anytime, and you guys would know this, you would know this being a mage slayer, anytime this creature takes damage, it will have to make a check to maintain concentration on this spell against you.
Okay. So is it doing the thing where I can only do what it tells me, or is that
since
like per turn kind of situation?
Since it used its action on this turn already to cast the spell, it looks at you and you hear this like rattling, grinding voice in your mind that says, "Take down the wild one." And you innately know that it is referring to this lady person.
Okay.
This lady person.
So that goes into
So-
effect on my next
Yeah,
turn.
so on your next turn, your
It's-
goal is to take down that lady person.
It's having me use my action, but it's not dictating my bonus action
Correct.
as well?
You
Okay.
can't do that until its turn.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, basically, it's given you a general course. It's told you to attack that creature,
Okay.
and that is what you will do. Unlike the possession, which was like they are in control of you, so they don't have your shit. He's just dominated you, so you still have like your sneak attack, and are essentially you're charmed. So this creature is your friend, and you're like, yeah, I don't know that lady either. I'll fuck her up, and on your turn you'll fuck her up.
Okay.
Dope. Unless you take damage before then, so on and so forth.
So if she takes damage,
She gets to make the save again.
and
If it takes damage, it makes a save to maintain concentration. If it fails that check, then the spell drops as well.
Okay.
Okay. With that out of the way, that is the Rakshasa's full turn. This is action. It doesn't feel threatened by you anymore, so it's not going to move. That's going to bring us to the Mind Flayer, which whips around at the person who just beat the shit out of it with a single punch. And it's going to whip out some tentacles. Whip out with some tentacles, I should say. against this mysterious stranger. That is dirty 20, which hits.
We should have just rotated enemies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we are all in the wrong place.
Yeah. Like, Cholula should have been on.
Actually, you might be in the best place.
I think I could take a rock shot. I have my wisdom plus on saves is
Yeah,
plus
but
8.
I think, well, Cholula probably has enough dex to avoid all of
Yeah, exactly.
Rays.
Has more
I'm in
dex
the
than I
worst
do.
place.
Well, the first ray that it shot at me was a intelligence saving throw.
And the rays are
Not
random, but
dex
most of them are
Rays are
dex
random.
saves, if I'm not mistaken.
A lot of them. But our characters don't know that.
No, I'm just in it.
We are just in the. I'm literally actually cannot go.
He turned around.
I cannot move.
Oh, you're stunned?
Stunned.
But you can make a save again.
Is that at the end or the beginning?
Beginning.
The end.
The end of her turn.
Oh, the end.
Yep, just like your stunning strike.
Yeah.
All right.
Who loves
The
these little
stranger takes the hit, takes some damage, and needs to.
Is it an attempt at a grapple?
It is grappled. And needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
guys. Which one is grappled?
A new friend.
New friend. Intelligence save. That's pretty good. Yeah. 23
Okay,
succeeds.
good. That is good.
And so they are not also stunned. They are still grappled, however.
Congratulations to that guy.
All right, that is the Mind Flayer's whole action. It can only make one tentacle attack, and it is grappling onto this person who is still struggling, which brings us to the top of the round, the stranger's turn. They... Surely you've got some shit to get out of this.
Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, it's so easy to play a monk. It's like, no, like, you have to do some digging. You forget how many things you're capable of. It's like a few things, but you're like, oh, I could have completely just uppercutted him and then made him go to sleep or something. Like I probably could have added stunning strike to one of mine just now.
Might not be a bad.
They are going to stay in the grapple for now, and they're going to make 3 attacks against the Mind Flayer again. That hits for sure. 27. That's one hit. 12 misses. Natural 20 on the third attack.
Hey.
Send him to the planet from which they came. Or dimension. I think it's a dimension. Maybe it's a planet.
Oh.
Uh, 16 points of damage on the first hit.
Yes.
And now for the crit. $30 points of damage. Holy fuck. On the second hit. This thing is bloodied and beaten and looking rough. You see the tentacles are like kind of like the first hit goes to the body and it just kind of like collapses in a little bit. The second one is straight to the maw and the tentacles kind of like pull back, like where they were kind of like dangling down before. They like stretch up into the face and stretch is the opposite of stretch. What
Yeah.
the opposite of stretch is? They retract
Yeah.
in pain. Fuck yeah, that is their turn, and that's gonna bring us to
Yeah.
Cholula.
Okay.
On your turn, you gotta go fuck that guy up.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire an arrow at the wild one.
Hell yeah, go for it. I'm gonna say you'll probably need to like step over here to get because there's like a line of Alma and then Mind Flayer to them.
Okay.
So just to get a bit of an angle.
Go. There you are. 19.
19 just hits.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and roll damage. You do get sneak attack on this.
I do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As you see, they've got like one hand grappling with tentacles and the other is just like beating the shit out of this mind flayer like one of those little like rubber bouncy balls on a string.
$31.
Ooh, not bad. You see it stick straight into the thigh, and that hurt them pretty badly.
Cool.
You have carried out your course of action for now, so if there's anything else you want to get up to, other than beating up your new friend, you can do that.
Okay. So do they have me on kind of like a one track sort of like I only want to fuck them up, or am I still aware that like my friends are also in danger?
You're aware that your friends are also in danger. The only one that you're indifferent to right now is the Rakshasa.
Okay, then
The Rakshasa is one of your party members.
how far away is the beholder from me?
From Cholula, 60 feet.
Okay, can I run up to this rock, this little rock?
Yeah, with your movement speed, no problem.
And then I'd like to use my bonus action to send the dancing sword.
Hell yeah. It whistles through the air, and like a spear, just is headed straight for it.
Nat 20, baby!
Natural 20. Fuck yes.
Too bad I already used my sneak attack on this turn.
Oh, you had to.
Technically, the Rakshasa used it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, we'll go ahead and roll a crit with your dancing sword. It's going to be a d8 doubled plus stuff.
It's a dancing short sword, so it's a d6.
Ah, nice.
11.
11.
Now you've got all of us doing it. Are you happy?
Yeah, I am.
So good.
I'm happy for you.
It's looking injured, but it is not looking that injured.
Okay. I'm gonna chill by my little rock.
Excellent. Ending Cholula's turn brings us to Silas.
Neat.
You see as the dancing sword swishes through and slashes at the back of this creature, its large central eye kind of like shifts to the side.
Cool. Can I go to the opposite side of where it's shifted? I'm going to go to like its 90 degree out of its cone if I could. What I would perceive to be its cone.
Make an athletics or acrobatics check to get up on that rock to get out of the range.
Ray range.
Ray range.
11.
It's enough. It's not going to cost you any extra movement. You hop up on top of the rock, and we'll say that you are still within melee range because it is hovering above the ground.
Hoover.
Could I?
Can you tear off one of his eye stalks?
You know.
Yeah, bite through it.
You're welcome to try.
Bite.
Could I cast darkness
Yeah, you can do that.
around this thing?
Get a milkman.
I know. I've
This
been
would-
really regretting giving that little stone to the dragon that we passed, the one that blinds things.
Yeah.
I was like, I've only like flavor used this twice.
You cast darkness
Should've kept that
centered on the beholder.
Yes.
Worth noting, there is an area where there is no darkness, where the main eye is looking.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But all of its other little
But all of its other little eyes, it suddenly looks very confused and agitated.
Yeah, and I just kind of like pull my hand up and like mist. Like it's not darkness, but it's mist that's so dense that it's dark
For sure.
because of.
Also, I should
flavor.
say, Silas, you notice it looks agitated. Everyone else sees a ball, an orb of mist
Yeah.
that expands from Silas and
Mist
fills this
orb.
space.
Get a milkman.
Get him, milkman!
And then I'm going to flurry of blow this guy up.
Fuck yeah.
I still have it listed as a D4 because Tavern Brawler is taking that over. I know it's a D.
Oh, that's blows. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it should be your martial arts die.
Yeah, it is a D8. I promise you. Oh, I need to. mark those off, but it's not there, of course, because it's at the bottom of another submenu. Please. Please. Cool, sorry.
No worries.
10 plus an amount. It's a 19.
19 hits.
That is 13 points of damage.
Nice.
And then again.
Go for it.
It just like stopped.
Uh-huh.
Don't bite your thumb.
11 does not.
No, I know. Isn't that fun?
As you're going out with your second strike, one of the eyes that's just kind of like flailing and searching for a source of vision just kind of knocks your hand aside as it's wriggling around.
Wriggling.
Wriggling. All right, ending Silas's turn.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
It's going to bring us to Alma.
That's all I can do.
Dice you told me to pull up.
It is. Do you want to roll it in our fancy friend just to, so everyone can see how it
No,
performs?
I don't trust it.
You made the fancy friend.
That's true.
I go home.
There's a dice trail.
There. It's all the dice. It's a 9. Does a 9 get me out of this?
9 does not succeed, unfortunately.
Why
Let me check on this.
would it? Okay, who's failed? You.
How many saves have you made?
3.
3? Okay.
Including the one that was,
Initial.
yes.
Could I have moved down from the rock next to the sword?
Sword.
For sure.
Sorry, I'm gonna like hit, and then move. That was my intention. I was looking for something else to do.
Absolutely. You take up next to the sword. Ending Alma's turn brings us once again to the Beholder. It did see you duck around, and as it turns around, its cone of anti-magic is once again blasting this direction. I'm just going to use the 60-foot one for now because it's what we got. It's everything.
Well, maybe not Cholula.
Cholula,
Huh?
the effect of the Dominate Person spell ends.
Oh.
You're yourself again. And that damn cat tried to control you. The Beholder is gonna... Yeah, you cast it on it, so the mist is emanating from its body, so only it's not like it can like sweep the eye around and just clear it, because it's still emanating from it. So it's gonna try and bite Silas.
You have to bite it.
You have to bite it.
Chocolate.
21 to hit?
No.
All right, it just sickening click of these massive pointed teeth that just clack together right in front of your face as you pull back just in time. Make a quick, no, that's not your turn, sorry. Rakshasa's turn.
Remember that.
For sure, remind me. On the Rakshasa's turn, it looks really frustrated and is going to rush up to you, Cholula. Actually, hang on. Here's about here.
I'm supposed to add temp HP.
For what?
Did she give us temp HP to start?
No, it didn't work because
That's
of
right, it
the
fizzled.
magic
Okay.
thingy. You know. Anti-magic field.
Don't mind me just measuring everything.
That's everything, man.
The Rakshasa's movement speed is 40 feet. He gets just outside of the range.
My rock. Thank you.
Just outside of the range of the anti-magic field. His spells are all so specific and useless in this particular instance.
You know what?
That's my whole character.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a single
Not
damage dealing spell. In that case, knowing his own abilities, he wouldn't have run all the way over there. He's just gonna run up to you, Cholula, and he's gonna take a couple of claw attacks.
Okay. Good luck.
2. That's a natural 4. That's a natural 20 on the second one.
Fuck.
Yeah, that'll do it.
When has it ever not done it?
You take 22 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And he looks a little disappointed.
He was
Okay.
aiming for 44.
Yeah.
That ends the Rakshasa's turn and brings us to the Mind Flayer, which now, desperate, let me check something. Okay. It is going to see if it gets its Mind Blast back. On a 5, it does. It's going to send it out, but it's only sending it in this direction. It is a 60-foot cone, but it is just blasting straight at this figure. So they need to make an intelligence saving throw. I don't think a 15 is going to do it. 15 just exactly saves. Holy shit.
Ooh.
They rolled an 11 plus 4. Wow. Wow.
That's all it takes. All it takes.
This shit is astounding. They don't take any damage and they are not stunned. That is the Mind Flayer's full
Why are you
action
rolling?
to do so, and ends the Mind Flayer's turn, brings us back to the top of the round. The mysterious stranger is going to make 3 more attacks.
Bye, Mind Flayer.
One at a time, one at a time.
3 uppercuts. Please.
How mysterious.
24 is going to hit. I'm going to roll these one at a time. Okay.
Can I get you like a long cigarette extenders for those toothpicks?
Yeah, the Mind Flayer only had 9 hit points left. And that was 20 points of damage from the first strike, just knocks the head off of the Mind Flayer. And I'm going to say, don't know if-
Decapitation punch.
hang on, let me check this actually.
If their tentacles, like the way traditional tentacles work, they would
Okay.
still try to grip stuff.
I'm gonna
after
say-
the pass.
I'm going to say based off of how this is laid out, it would, like you would still be stunned because it just kind of, your brain got rattled and you're grappling with that for a minute. But it is dead now,
You guys got this.
so there is no
I
immediate
believe in you.
danger of Alma having her brain sucked
Not
out
my
through her skull.
problem. You don't.
And Homie still has 2 attacks left. I don't know if they can get to anyone.
Get him, homie.
Yeah.
Oh shit, they're fast though. They might.
Be it
Oh, they can.
Hell yeah.
arms behind them.
Yeah, pretty much actually. And you don't actually even see the arms. It's like the little creatures from Hollow Knight, where it's just like the cloak trailing behind.
I know the name of that bonus thing.
All right. Flanking with Cholula, who's no longer charmed, is going to make these next 2 attacks with advantage against the Rakshasa.
Yeah.
25 for the first one is going to hit.
Ooh.
Come back to me. 1 hit. And 26 for the second is also going to hit. Just roll this all at once.
I know, I'm in the same spot. I have to. Yeah, same.
Also me. Also me. 18 plus 12 is 30. Right? 18 plus 12 is 30?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 30 points of damage
Yeah.
Force damage to the Rakshasa.
Let's go. I have a feeling I know who this is, but it's Taylor.
It's not Taylor.
But
Taylor's right here.
Taylor knows, but Silas is busy.
He's busy. That ends the Mysterious Stranger's turn and brings us to Cholula.
Cool.
It's Silas's elderly mother. She's arrived. Oh. Your hair light went out.
Oh, okay. I'm wearing a hat.
That's true.
I'm gonna do a stab on this guy.
Yeah, do a stab with
If I can.
advantage because there's a
Oh yeah.
there's a murderer behind them.
Love that. Um, 26.
26 hits for sure. Go ahead and roll damage with your sneak attack.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Come on.
Excuse me.
25
25 damage?
points of damage. And
Nice.
so they did some punches and I'm like doing a stab, like, I'm so sorry. It just got in my brain. I wasn't trying to do that.
They you say this and they're like, that's all right. Let's take them down.
Yeah.
And
And now we're best friends.
Is that in Cholula's turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here and do this.
Worth noting.
I think.
When the beholder turns around, your dancing sword falls to the ground.
Yeah.
Inert.
I'd like to shout, if I can, also shout to Alma to snap out of it. And if she doesn't, then I'm going over there.
She rigidly tips over.
All right, that ends Cholula's turn. Oh, she doesn't respond. Do you head that way? You will risk an opportunity attack from Rakshasa.
I'll do it on
No, I have the thing where they don't, because I hit him.
Oh, that's right. Because you're a swashbuckler.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to Alma.
Dope. I'm fairly certain you have more than enough movement to go that far.
Yeah, about 40 feet currently.
Yeah, absolutely. Boop. You get up to Alma. Ending Cholula's turn brings us to Silas.
Cool. Now that I have an indicator as to where this eye is working, I'm gonna try to for flavor side roll out of it and back into the mist.
Yeah, for sure. Easy enough.
And then
Make an acrobatics check.
okay. 18.
18 is enough. You appear on the other side of it, just kind of like rolling under the branches of this tree.
And as I'm rolling, I'm gonna gather some of the mist into a blade,
Fuck yeah.
and I'm going to strike with said blade.
Hell yeah, go for it.
That's right, I have to go to the spell because the weapon one isn't right.
Correct. That's just a short sword.
Yes. $11. I'm gonna do it again.
11.
Me to death. 18.
18. 18 exactly hits.
Oh my god. Oh my god. There's only so many things I can do, Cameron. Don't steal my hat, all right? I fought your belly button.
You better not. You better not.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Don't forget your rage bonus.
Yeah.
18 points of psychic damage.
Nice. Not bad.
And I've used my bonus and my movement. I'm gonna go back to where I was.
Okay. As you do, the sword of mist in your hand evaporates into nothing. I'll say no athletics or acrobatics required to get past the tree again, because you've done it once before.
Yeah, can it be over my halberd instead? My apologies. Still in the cone. I can still drop the sword or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
My aim is to keep the cone on this Rakshasa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. You kind of like duck over this way, I knock a tree down.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It was probably
Just want to keep
close
it on them. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. All right, ending Silas's turn brings us to Alma.
Am I allowed to help? Can I be helping? Is that anything? Trying to like.
If you would use the help action on your turn, unfortunately you've just arrived.
Okay. Jesus.
It's like, for some reason, whenever a Mind Flayer appears,
Yeah.
your dice just turn on you for some reason.
Yeah.
I love you.
It's
I don't know if that's true.
It is true. That brings us to the Beholder's turn. It flies over to Alma. No. It turns to Silas. And it's going to try and munch you.
Munch.
Munch. No.
You better
No.
be
It was
crunchy.
a natural 4. It clacks its teeth down again. I will say at this point there are just rays firing through the mist. They haven't hit anyone yet, but they're just like flying wild.
You said I was going to notice something.
Oh, right. Yeah, we'll do this retroactively. Go ahead and make either a history or an insight check.
Could I do insight?
Yeah.
12.
12?
I have a +8 to that.
Something about this situation feels off. You know that beholders and mind flayers are aberrations. They're like from the far planes. They're planar travelers. You also know, I would say on a 12 is enough to know that a Rakshasa is a fiend of some sort. You don't know if, you're not sure if it's a demon or a devil, but it seems like a weird partnership.
Yeah.
You also are aware that all of these creatures are capable of speech and haven't been communicating with one another. Feels odd. Feels odd.
Yeah. Rage mode, I'm not really communicating with my teammates.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's going to
Okay, I
end.
can't hear.
That's going to end the Beholder's turn and bring us to the Rakshasa, who is still within the icon. So he's going to turn around and make a couple of swipes at this new person.
New guy.
Natural 1 for the first. And I don't think a 9 is going to do it on the second. No, 16 doesn't hit. All right. That's the Rakshasa's turn. He's not going to risk an opportunity attack from this monster. So that's going to bring us to the Mind Flayer, who's dead. Back to the top of the round. Friend. Stranger friend. They're just going to fucking wail on this Rakshasa.
Get him. Get him, leaf guy.
They call out, if you have any manner of restoration, that could snap that one out of it. And they motion towards Alma.
Any manner?
29 is going to hit. 22 is going to hit. 28 is going to hit.
Let's go. I think I know who this is.
I have a guess,
15,
but I'm not telling you.
16.
Don't. Be sure to check out our About section. You know, just do that. I feel like I can plug that every now and then. I know it's a little salesy, but
I feel like we have a lot of stuff in there.
yeah, there's like
Holy shit.
things to click on. The links go to places.
What?
With a total of 139 points of damage from those 3 attacks.
We.
Can I do that?
The Rakshasa is obliterated. You see this spray of black liquid as it is just pummeled into the ground.
Wow.
That is going to end the stranger's turn and bring us to Cholula.
Cool. So, lesser restoration. Also, am I inside the cone of no magic? I imagine I can also see
You're
the
not.
part of the darkness that's missing. Cool.
Yeah.
It says the condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. It doesn't have stunned as one of the things that it
I'll allow it on
do.
stunned.
Yeah?
Yeah, because that feels stupid.
Okay, then I
Personal.
am going to cast Lesser Restoration on Alma.
We'll talk about it.
All right. You cast Lesser Restoration. You are outside of the cone of the eye of the rock shell, so the beholder. Alma, you come out of your stupor.
To little slaps and little glowy sparks around your face.
But you've got a wicked headache. And you've been like vaguely aware of kind of what's been going on around you.
If my sword is in front of him, then it can't move?
Correct.
Even if I'm... Okay, got it.
You're also not within 30.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go over there if I
Okay,
didn't
yeah.
have to. Bonus action
Sorry, I'm in like
options.
full nerd chess mode. I need to play Diablo 4. I'm like really bad. I need to just like squeeze this stress ball.
Can I quicken spell? Use 2 of my sorcery points.
Only if it's a cantrip, because you've cast Lesser Restoration, which is.
Oh, right. I forget about these magic rules.
But you can quicken a cantrip if you'd like.
Is this a cantrip that I'm trying to do?
It'll be up at the top.
Sure
of your
is.
spell list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Hell yeah.
And go beep beep on my sorcery points.
Beep beep.
Beep beep.
Who
And I'm
got
gonna
the keys
cast
to the Jeep?
Mind Sliver on the beholder.
Get 'em.
Tells you who we are as people. My mind went breakfast cars, beep beep, breakfast cars.
I went to Missy Elliott.
Mind Sliver on the beholder.
Yeah, he has to do an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Ooh. That's a 13.
That fails.
Rolled a natural 5.
Cholula does a spell.
Cholula, do a spell.
Is that like the It's Always Sunny intro? Cholula does a spell.
Oh, not bad. That is 13 points of psychic damage, I believe.
Ooh.
And he subtracts 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
Okay.
I want to meta that knowledge so bad right now.
Meta that. Meta that. Oh, I miss Royster.
Ending Cholula's turn is going to bring us to Silas.
Nito Bandito. I'm going to move out of the cone wherever it gets me out of its little indicator.
Yonder.
Yeah.
Yonder.
And then I'm going to, using the mist around me, a smash attack.
Smash.
Ooh.
This will be Form of the Beast claws, but
Hell yeah. Go for it. Smash him. Smash him, milkman.
Get him, motherfucking shit. It's 11 because I keep rolling a 2 on this one. Oh, I'm gonna do it again. Because why not? And when I roll back, I don't get my blade back. It's disconnect.
Correct.
Cool.
Oh.
Just check it.
You looked like you were having a moment.
I was having
20.
a question and then
20 hits.
gone.
Cool.
Gone.
Gone. Oh, I don't remember why they called him Milkman.
Because he's misty.
Yeah, the
Because he's
mist
misty.
looks like milk pouring off of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
9 points. So
What
can
did
I
I
make
call
that a
Cholula?
stunning strike?
Absolutely you can.
Cat lady or something?
Spend a key. Confirm.
Or is she
and
hot sauce
It needs
best
to make a
friend?
con save.
Okay.
Probably both.
It's probably extremely
Arcanarama.
constitute.
Oh god.
Constitute.
Weird.
No, I haven't yet developed
Well?
Cholula, the hot sauce.
It does add 4 to its con saves, but that's a natural 3.
Oh, it fails that.
So
It is stunned until the end of my next turn.
I'll just
Yeah.
move this on
Pop that
over.
on over here.
Now that there's blood in the water, I'm going to use my bonus attack to Flurry of Blows.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, all
Right.
of these have advantage.
My shadow is thirsty for blood, even if it doesn't have blood.
That was a little goofy at first.
Thirsty for blood.
Don't kill him.
He's a good man.
19.
19.
9 points of damage.
Nice.
And for the other, 23.
23 hits.
Oh my god. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Come to my house and fucking drink all my beer, dude. That's 7 points of damage on that one.
Hey, that's not terrible.
I know, it could be better, you know?
1 on a damage
It's like
roll.
8 times better. Could
Never
be so.
The thing is starting to get a little mushy, a little soft.
Meatballs.
Laughter coming from this ball of mist.
Yeah. It's good to be home. For some reason, I picture Silas going into a rage sounding a lot like the Beast from Over the Garden Wall. Just,
I kind of like the more like, manic state.
ending Silas's turn brings us to Alma.
I'm just gonna cure wounds.
Oh.
Hey, I'm sorry I looked at chat, but someone asked if the cone of magic drops.
When it's stunned? That's a good question.
I'm gonna do that at 3rd level.
That is a good question. I'm going to say no because stunning someone doesn't blind them.
Right, they might be stunned, like, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I'm going to say it can't move, so it's fixed where it was.
Nice.
12,
Thanks, Tara.
18,
Who?
Dang.
Oh, I thought you
23.
said thanks, Tiger.
Wow, I'm back up. Back
Thanks,
up all
son.
the way.
Hell
Back up
yeah.
all the way.
Back
All
up
the
all the
way.
way.
Back up all the way.
I lost one of my hands.
Tired.
The beans are out of control. Okay, ending Alma's turn. You want to stay put?
Where have all the beans gone?
Yeah.
Okay. Ending Alma's turn. Also,
can't-
Alma, you can also make an insight check or a
Okay.
history check. Let me know which one you choose.
Okay. It probably won't matter because it's gonna be like a 2.
Wow.
I'm going home. My keys are right here. I'm leaving. I'll come get you later.
No.
Wow, you rolled a 2 and you said it.
What are the odds of that happening?
Sam is doing
That's
magic.
also got to be 1 in 400, right?
Yeah, right. Because you can pick a number. She could have said 40.
No worries. You don't.
3?
like,
I don't know.
You don't take any
History?
damage or anything.
What did you want me to do?
You garner what Silas garnered, which is that this is a weird collection, a weird smattering of beings. The Beholder and the Mind Flayer make sense together, but the Rakshasa is a weird component to this. But luckily, 2 of the 3 are dead.
I will look at Cholula. Weird.
Huh.
I just kind of zone out all by myself for a while.
Okay, that brings us to the Beholder's turn. It is stunned. At the end of its turn, it gets to make another save, right?
I think at the end of mine.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
With monks, it's just at the end of, or at the start of your next turn is when it
To
drops.
the end of my next turn.
Okay, it does nothing. It
Hell yeah.
creates more anti-magic field in the same place. That's the Beholder. That's gonna bring us, the Rakshasa's dead.
These are good.
Back to the top of the round, the mysterious stranger rushes forward, and with 60 feet of movement can easily get up here. Rushing into, kind of like partially into the mist. They don't even see you, Silas, because you are surrounded in the mist that's not part of the cone. But they're gonna go ahead and make 3 attacks.
ADD?
Well, that's a natural 20 on the first one.
But what if we got 2 natural 20s?
Can
Yeah,
we
we'll
see
find
in
out.
here?
So I'm flavoring this as they're like on the precipice,
Okay.
but their attacks technically are not magical in nature. It's
So it's just like a big
Something
misty
else.
Pac-Man.
so crit on the first, 21 on the second will hit, 28 on the third will also hit. I'll roll the crit first.
Yes, you will. Those were all ADV, huh? Not gonna be-
Oh no, they should have been. So the second attack also hits. Let's see if they crit on the third attack. No. 7, 14, 20 points of damage on the crit. Rolled low, unfortunately.
Dang.
However, 2 more strikes.
What was the ruling on the eyeball?
32.
You can be stunned with your eye open.
Okay.
It's
So we
another-
can still kind of see where he is inside of the darkness because of his eyeball.
Yeah, that's another 32 points of damage.
Yo.
It is looking rough as they're just like, and just again, spurts of this black liquid are spraying out onto the ground. Rad.
I'm gonna wear this person as like on a baby Bjorn. We can both take attack. Legs, arms.
That's going to bring us to Cholula. Cholula, at the start of your turn, before I forget, make an insight check as a free action.
Okay. Yellow.
Yellow's good. So one of them.
With my insight,
Same as I got.
12.
12. The thing that Alma says makes sense now. When she just looked at you
Weird.
and said, weird.
This is weird. How far away? How far away is the beholder from Cholula?
From Cholula. This is weird.
50? 45?
50
Okay.
on the door.
I think I'm just gonna scooch out to where I can see where he is. I don't know where I am as far as the edge of his cone.
I'll say
and
stepping over here, you can see just like this weird conical funnel of mist, and at the center of it is
An
this
eyeball?
big blue eye that's just kind of like,
Yeah, I'm gonna fire at this eyeball.
yeah, go ahead and make an attack.
Okay.
I'll say that this won't have disadvantage because you can see the eye.
Okay.
But it will have a little bit of a bonus to its armor class because it's technically got about 3/4 cover, we'll call it.
Okay.
There.
Hold. Hold one moment.
You have some threatening friends around.
I do.
Yeah, you would get sneak attack if it hits.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action for steady aim. That gives me advantage on my attack roll.
Hell yeah.
So that makes it a straight roll?
You didn't have disadvantage.
Or,
It was
right.
just a higher AC.
It's got a +5 bonus to its armor class because it's under 3/4 cover. Does steady aim ignore cover? That might just be like a sharpshooter feat.
Yeah.
Steady aim. As a bonus action, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll on the current turn. You can use this bonus action only if you haven't moved during this. Oh, I did move. I can't use it. Never mind.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
And this is why we read
true.
what we're doing.
I don't know how to do that.
Forgot.
Weird.
Okay, so I'm just gonna straight roll, fire an arrow. Straight at that eye. Fucking one.
So I had a bad day. It only gets worse.
I'm pretty sure that's how the song goes. Excellent.
What happens?
The arrow goes wide and hits nothing.
Okay.
It hits the ground
The
a
one
few
chance
meters.
I
It
can
hits Alma in the face.
The one
We're
chance I
just
can use
at
deflect
each other's
missile.
throats now.
Accidentally turn around.
It doesn't hit. Oh, you know what?
Luck
On a natural one, yeah. Silas, roll a d20. If you roll a 15 or higher, let's use our box of.
There's a
Right.
tree between he and I also.
Using our friend, Robbie.
That's true. But if you roll a 15 or higher, then this arrow is coming for you, and you can either deflect missiles or take the damage.
Okay. 11! That's gonna get tired.
But it hasn't yet.
All right. It
I hope
goes
that's
wide.
visible.
And Silas, it's your turn.
Oh, right. It is, fart.
You just got shot by an arrow.
You see this mysterious stranger enters the mist with you and fucking wails on this thing.
Cool. I'm gonna bonus action Blade of Shadows again, if I can.
Yeah. Is it? Can you read Stunning Strike for me? Is it the end of your turn or the
The
start?
end of my turn.
Okay.
I know
So
that
it is still stunned.
that I failed the attack roll or whatever, but I would like to scooch back out of it. If it opens its eye, it won't
yeah.
see me
Easy.
standing there
Easy.
alone.
Again, its eye is technically open, and it like you stepped into its anti-magic field of vision, but it was not like
Yeah.
coherent to notice you.
Could
Yeah.
Am I in advantage, or could I get in advantage?
You already have advantage because it's stunned.
That's right. Okay. Cool. Blade of Shadow.
Hell yeah. You summon it again?
Wow.
I've rolled 2s about 8 times today.
Did you resummon your
Yeah.
Shadow Blade? Okay,
Those are 2 2s.
I'm gonna do it again.
go for it.
I've rolled so many 2s today.
I know. Sam's got 3s over there.
God, okay, 19.
19 hits. 19
Fuck
hits.
me to death.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that thing I like to do where I write a number down.
All right, it is 3.
Cameron is writing down numbers.
Hang on, let me write it before you say it.
There's a matter of hope.
I feel your frustration, Sam. With my last week being
Sometimes,
possessed.
This is the number
I
on.
just start not in the fight.
sometimes you're just like, man, I sure can't wait to play my favorite game with all my friends. I won't though.
Summoning the blade this time, it doesn't come out like this way. It comes out the other way, and I just like slash and then
Fucking
stab,
backhand sorting.
and then and then
Slash and stab makes the most sense though.
yeah, 23 points of psychic damage.
It had 11.
Ew!
I shit you not.
It's fun again.
It is fun.
Silas,
Okay,
what does it look like when you destroy the beholder?
Goodbye.
I think like because I'm in mist, and I'm using this like mist blade, like I'm slashing with it, and then it disappears, and then I open my hand and close it again, and I'm slashing again. I'm just like over and over. Every time I open and close my hand, it changes which hand it's coming from.
Hell yeah.
Just yeah,
And you,
just full Raiden mode.
yeah, and just like slashing across an eye stalk off here and eye stalk off there, or it would be if there weren't just black ooze gushing from its nose as your sword passes through and doesn't deal any physical damage.
It has a nose.
Is it normal?
It's from
for-
from the bottom of its eye, we'll say.
Okay.
Is it? You said we would have been aware of like these kinds of creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Is the black ooze coming out of them a normal thing?
Pretty standard.
I'll say you can make another. You can either make an insight check now, or you can investigate the bodies. It's up to you.
Let's take a look.
I just keep slashing until like the mist is starting to be absorbed into the blade, and so much so that the orb of mist is starting to dissipate. It's starting to like get into the blade and start to like
I'm gonna do an insight check.
lower opacity.
Hell yeah. So yeah, you drop the darkness of the mist.
That's a nat 20, baby!
Hey!
On investigation or insight?
Insight.
Insight. Yeah, you would know that the creatures that you fought like this before had sort of like thick purplish blood. That was what was coming out of the mind flayer. That
You had a
was
vial of it.
The blood. I might have given it to Pete.
You did, but
Yeah.
you at one point.
yeah, this is like stark black, and where you currently are standing on that insight check, you kind of like see that coming out, and it feels strange, it feels odd, and you smell this like very acrid smell, this like very acidic, pungent stench in the area that doesn't smell natural.
Smells weird too.
It was a natural 20 that you rolled?
Weird.
On a natural 20, it smells like similar to lamp oil, but stronger.
Okay. I mentioned that to them. And can I also collect a vial of this goo?
Yeah.
Cool.
Meanwhile, Silas, as your rage slowly fades and the opacity lowers on your darkness spell, you find yourself standing and breathing. The figure, the stranger, looks at you, seeing you now for the first time, and pulls down, or rather pulls back the hood and pulls down the scarf. And you see a woman, maybe late 30s, early 40s, but lithe and fit. She has pale skin, beautiful green eyes, brown hair in a long braid, and she looks at you like in awe for a moment. Silas? And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh, shit.
But before we do, we have our first giveaway of the evening. To enter for your chance to win this beautiful set of pre-painted mystery minis provided to us by our sponsor, More Fun Comics and Games.
Local comic book shop.
Go ahead and type the word chaos in the chat. That's CHAOS. You've got to be a follower of us here on the channel to be eligible to win. And you can't live in Quebec because they have rules against giveaways. But go ahead and type the word chaos in the chat to enter for your chance to win this set of minis. And when we come back, we will announce the winner and tell you how to enter to win our dice giveaway of the evening. And then we'll continue with the story and see who this mysterious stranger is that recognizes our stream daddy.
We're going to be playing stories.
We'll be back in 20 minutes. Don't go away. Welcome back, everyone. Before we hop back into the game, we have a giveaway to announce. Uh-oh, the winner of the More Fun Mystery Snowbound box. Snowbound is Rowstone 66. Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Congratulations,
Hell yeah,
Rowstone.
dude.
If you like dice, specifically if you like
Mountain Dew.
these dice,
You gotta give him some kind of a clue.
Yeah.
Watch.
if you like these dice,
Yeah, no, these days.
I know I'm behind.
Yeah.
Then you can go ahead. Oh,
And shove it.
Mountain Dew.
Then go get you some.
oh wait, hang on. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
But for now we can, for now we can talk about, you can go to the Fable Fire Etsy shop if there's
Yeah.
still
Oh yeah,
stuff over there.
I forgot to mention this during the announcement.
You work on your thing.
I can do two things at once. I listed 2 new sets in the shop today.
2 new sets, and you get to hear about it
What
before
are
the
they?
whole world does. Don't ask him.
One of them is the black scale set, which is color changing pigment, like red and gold flashing, with little like scales of black foil inside of a clear shell.
Nice.
And the other one is the Sea Blossom set. It's kind of like turquoise and pink with some copper flakes flowing through it. It was a set that I made. I was making a commission actually for one of our lovely viewers. And when I poured the clear shells for their set, I had an extra mold and poured a full set of like what their insert was.
Oh.
So it's that.
Nice.
Yeah, that one comes with a jumbo.
So yeah, get in our About section. There should be links. Yeah, and our website also has like our sponsors in there in the sponsor section.
Yeah, if you want to win this beautiful set of dice, the Poison Mist dice from Fablefire, you can go ahead and type the word Silas in the chat.
Silas.
Silas, S-Y-L-A-S. It's also
Strong name.
It's also spelled for you there. I'm not sure if that was like a call. Was that a callback? Because I think
That's what you said.
Okay,
But it's also
excellent.
a critical role call.
What?
Silas and critical role.
There's a Silas. Oh, Briarwood.
Yeah.
Got it.
Someone also
like,
says that's a
wait.
strong name there too.
That was many years ago.
Yeah.
And I guess recently with the animated series. But yeah, so you can type the word Silas in the chat, S-Y-L-A-S, to enter for your chance to win. You've got to be a follower to be eligible. And you can't live in Quebec because they have rules. But
If you do live in Quebec, just meet us behind the tavern.
There's no rules here.
I'm gonna go ahead and speak for us legally as an entity and say no.
Cameron can't watch us all the time.
Yeah, all of Quebec is watching right now.
That brings us.
Do they have a president of Quebec? I don't know.
There's like a prime minister.
That brings us back in. You find yourselves
think-
standing within the aspen wood,
Oh, I should know.
surrounded by the bloodied bodies of these strange creatures. Cholula smells some sort of oil,
Yeah.
and the mysterious stranger has removed their hood and seems to recognize Silas.
Do I recognize this person?
Make a history check with advantage.
18.
18, nice. It looks, she looks almost exactly like your mother used to. But you were 11. This is Katya.
It's Katya.
I didn't know you were still here. Katya,
What are you doing here?
we're here
Why have
for,
you returned? I thought...
we're here for some friends. They seem to be in some kind of trouble. They insisted we shouldn't come.
You shouldn't have.
Yeah, well,
Clearly, things have changed a bit.
I can see that. Could we go somewhere? I was going to the house.
Yes, we should scavenge what we can from these first. I'll take the big one. And she goes over to the beholder and starts like digging through the body.
What are we scavenging for?
Anything that looks usable, and you see she like pulls up these like black viscous colored like strange little shapes and is like putting a couple of them in a pouch. You guys can make investigation checks if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, I'll check out the pile of rakshasa.
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Pile of rocks, Shasa.
Anybody want to investigate that mind flare?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Never mind.
Alma, when you're
14.
when you're done over there, could I have you join us here? This
Sure can.
14, you said? Mm-hmm. You digging through, it's strange. You see there's this kind of thin, rubbery membrane that you assumed would be like the flesh of the creature. But as you pull it back, there are gears and mechanisms underneath.
Oh.
And peeling it back, it's this strange kind of like rubber substance. And these appear like it, you almost don't believe it as you are seeing it because you fought these creatures, you impacted them, you felt the cracking of ribs, you felt the slashing of flesh, but these appear to be mechanical beings of some kind.
Oh.
Any cogs or gears should suffice. I'm not much of a tinkerer myself, but I find that taking a few pieces makes it harder for them to be rebuilt.
Who
I'm gonna
makes these?
Grabbing some more.
grab Katya by the shoulders
I'll gather whatever.
and just
Gears.
like embrace her, like kind of strangely, like looking over the shoulder.
Yeah, she holds for a moment and then returns the embrace.
This is my daughter. This is Alma.
Oh.
Alma, this is your aunt Katya. Aunt.
Oh shit! And Cholula runs over.
I have a niece. And
I'm just a friend. My name's Cholula. Nice to meet you, Katya.
Nice to meet you as well. I thought you were dead. We should get back to the house.
Yeah. Yes. I'll start taking some things as well.
Yeah, investigation check.
I
You asked...
checked that thing over there. There's nothing there.
I'll go take a look.
Those ones are a little spindly. Sometimes they don't have as much going on.
18.
It feels like somebody put a spoon into my open skull and just stirred it up.
I would say she's not normally like this, but
She
Right.
got hit in the head kind of hard with.
Yes, it can take a moment to recover from the blasts from those ones.
So you had two sisters.
and I kind of look like embarrassingly at Katya. I think only one.
Just me.
We should.
Right, you're seeing double.
Oh no, these are not twins. If you just kind of
Yeah.
With the
close.
same name.
I'm afraid I don't have any potions on me, but we can get rested up back at the house. Should be safe there for now.
Can I
18
check the
investigation.
mind flayer pile real quick before we go?
Yeah, make one more investigation check. 18. Yeah, you find an amalgamation of cogs and gears and things.
Okay, I'll just cogs and gears.
18.
18. Again, it's strange. Like it's kind of that instance of like the way that things, once you get perspective on a thing, it kind of changes its whole outlook on you. Like
Yeah.
when you were fighting these things, that was a vicious Rakshasa, and there was a beholder floating there. But looking at them now, it's like you're like, I can see the seam there, and like just like, oh, the fur's a little patchy. Like they reuse the same stripes on one side as they did on the other. It's like almost, if it hadn't been so harrowing, it would almost be embarrassing. But these things were dealing out some serious damage. So regardless of how convincing they may or not have been, you all feel pretty lucky to be still standing at the moment.
With all these mechanisms, like one of the eyes of the beholder, could I like see what this mechanism is about? Like if one of these eyes specializes in something as a mechanism?
I'd say just kind of like peeling back the flesh around the maiden eye, or like one of the smaller ones.
One of the smaller ones.
Yeah, pulling it back, there's these strange little orange crystals that are kind of like locked in some sort of mechanical chain that you have no idea how it works, but it seems to be these kind of like interlocking mechanisms that seem to flex and react to one another, and that's what gave it that kind of like waving tentacle motion.
Yeah.
And whatever these orange crystals are must have something to do with the types of rays that they shoot out or something.
Right.
Those crystals, those could be useful.
Okay. Just like slide in and grab as many as I can.
All right, follow me. And as Katya turns and pulls her hood back up, she begins setting off along the path that you guys had already been following, basically like straight from where Silas was headed.
Okay.
Does she seem to be like trying to like do this stealthily, or is she just like kind of confidently walking?
Oh no, she seems to be, I mean, she's not like sneaking from tree to tree anymore, but she is like keeping low and moves with a familiarity within the space that seems like it's easy for her to get around here stealthily. But because she is leading you, she is staying like overt. But she's not sneaking, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I'm gonna do exactly what she does, thinking about the traps.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna also try to do that.
Yeah. And as you're moving, she is like leading the charge, and it's just like, avoid this step here. Those green, don't step on those, and just like is kind of like leading you guys, snaking along the path, but taking a winding route along it.
Okay.
Eventually, stepping out from the forest, you see on the opposite side, you come through these smaller kind of like sheds that are decrepit and not quite crumbling. They're still like structures. You know those, this might only be specific to us, but when you're like driving through rural areas, you'll occasionally see like a former shed or like a building that's no longer in use and just kind of like overgrown and sure, yeah, like the limo house.
Just like deteriorating.
Yeah, just
like
deteriorating.
trees growing really close that probably weren't there before.
Covered in vines and things.
There used to be one of those here in this very town. It's where the kids went to smoke marijuana. Tore it down.
And they
Not
say
that Sam ever did that.
and they say
I
Sam
don't
aged
do that, so.
and they say Sam aged 20 years that day.
But yeah, the city tore it down, and it was really sad because it was a really cool house full of like really old shit.
Yeah.
I hate that.
As she exits the wood, she takes off the cloak and scarf and folds them into a satchel at her side. It doesn't appear to be like a bag of holding, it's just a regular satchel that she stuffs it into. She's wearing pretty simple clothing, brown trousers with some pretty hefty boots, no armor of any kind. She's just got like a white button-up shirt with a vest over it, and a black vest, I should say.
Weapons of any sort?
No. And yeah, you saw when she was fighting, she was straight up brawling.
Launch.
And she leads you kind of out of the woods and onto, oh shit. Sorry, I just saw that we hit 300 followers. I forgot to talk about that. We'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to that.
Remind me at the end of the stream.
Yes.
Somebody post in Discord when we're wrapping up, and I will remind you all what happens then. Okay.
Just like staple it to my forehead.
Stepping out.
Stapler's very small.
I'll write it right here.
That's fine. So's my face.
She leads you out of the thicket and into this reddish dirt road that seems to be an offshoot of the Ruby Road that you were on before, but you can see that you are now exiting the woods on the northern end of Sturban, rather than having cut through the city you went around. Near the end of the red dirt offshoot of the main road sits a once humble timber-framed home, leaning back from the road as if trying to pull itself away from Sturban. Crawling vines trail upwards towards black shingles resting like crooked teeth atop the roof. Long wilted plants and barren bushes in the front garden imply that no one has lived here in quite some time. Katya steps forward. I apologize for the state of the place. Upkeep has been challenging between my time in the mines and scraping for food in the Ossian wood. Please, follow me and make yourselves at home.
That's honestly just how I imagined it.
I guess it hasn't changed much, has it? She, shoulders the door, and it just kind of creaks open. Please.
Right.
Yeah.
Stepping inside, you enter. It's a lot more homey on the inside. There is a thin layer of dust coating everything, particularly at this front door, where it looks like someone entering, probably from the mines, would have just kind of dusted themselves off and kind of coated this little interior room. And she leads you through to there's kind of conjoined rooms, a living area with some sofas and armchairs that are a little worn, but still structurally sound. And she leads you in there and is like, please have a seat. I'll make some tea. And goes into the conjoined room, which looks like this, not quite a galley kitchen, but kind of there's a little stove in the corner and a basin for water and things of that nature. And she begins filling up a kettle and takes out some flint and lights the stove and begins putting on some tea.
I don't know.
She's still within earshot of you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to negate that earshot if I could by leaning in.
Make a stealth check.
Oh my god. 17.
Yeah, you feel pretty confident that she can't hear you.
I don't know what to say or do. Is it like catch up, or do we talk about
Probably
old
a
times?
little bit of both, but you don't gotta worry about it.
Right.
Okay?
I don't think I was allowed to be in here very much.
You should probably make sure that she's not a robot.
Okay.
So how do those towards her, how do those creatures work? They were so convincing until they fell apart.
I'll be honest, I am not entirely sure about their mechanisms or what runs them, but I know that ever since a couple of weeks ago, there have been a lot more of them in the Ossian wood than normal.
Oh.
I know that they're manufactured by the Delisnia family, but that's about the extent of my knowledge.
Delisnius. What do I know about that family?
Make a history check.
Okay. I know I'm spelling this wrong.
This one's pretty,
Like Disney, but Delisney.
yeah, like Disney, but fucked up.
Okay. History, you say?
Yes.
12.
12. You are aware that Ivan Delisnia is the head of the Delisnia family, and that they are actually, he's actually cousins with Ivana Baritsi.
Okay.
But that's the extent of your knowledge. You know that Ivana never spoke of Ivan lovingly.
Yeah.
But nobles
Ivana-
rarely do in these
Ivana?
parts.
Ivana and Ivan?
Ivana Baritsi and Ivan Delisnia.
You're, what have you been doing this whole time? I'm not sure how long I've been gone, if I can be completely honest.
The last time that I saw you, I was maybe 7 or 8. And,
And Silas, you're like 100, so.
I'll be honest. The upkeep of the outside of this space is a bit to my advantage. About what was it now? How old is Silas?
So that's the thing. Is like
How old does Silas perceive himself to be?
he sees himself as like mid-40s.
Mid-40s?
Yeah, but like everyone keeps telling him he hasn't aged, like when he reappeared, so he has no idea.
For sure. I believe it was maybe 30 or so years ago. I was taken by the Delisnia family and put to work at that little house of horrors, and was just doing what I could to scrape by to survive. But I heard that you and Mother and Father had disappeared, but shortly thereafter, Mother and Father returned, and Father did everything that he could, working in the mines and picking up extra shifts to try and pay back the debt that he owed to the Delisnias to get me back. Unfortunately, he passed away about 4 years ago, and Mother was distraught. She made a trade. She took on my debt in exchange for my freedom, which was a deal that was quickly reneged. But I eventually saw my out and took a chance, and I've been lying low here. As far as I know, Mother is still working at the Delisnia family estate, and I've been laying low here, and under a pseudonym, I work in the mines to get by, and when I'm not doing that, I'm hunting in the woods for food. We all thought that you perished in the mist.
I think I might have, in a strange way. I don't know what to say.
What was that?
Ghost Dad?
Ghost Dad.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe we should have some tea, kind of
I'm
focus
gonna
on one
have some tea.
part of the room.
Yeah, she
I'm gonna have some tea and like find like a weird like board in the wall and just like,
Yeah, it's not hard. All of them are pretty weird.
that's my board.
You guys can also take this opportunity to take a short rest if you'd like.
Yeah.
If you need
why
any
not?
Heelys or anything of that nature.
What do you know of? We're here on. Cholula has family here. They seem to be in some kind of distress. It's something of a mine 2 miles north of here with glowing mushrooms.
The Ritter
Then
mine.
it's not 2 miles north. They're 2 miles within the mine, but
right.
it is the one. Yeah,
Yes, Lord Ritter's mine.
The Ritter mine, yeah, the father's favorite.
2 of my brothers are here, and they're searching for a sister. We all sort of got separated a long, long time ago and thought we were all dead. And anyway, it's a whole reuniting thing. What do you know about the Mundarovas?
The Mundarovas, as I recall, what was it, maybe 15, 20 or so years ago, I think the head of the family was, and a number of the heirs were found dead in the estate. And ever since, all of the, lesser branches of the families have been vying to fill that void, but it's been rather backhanded as far as I know, that they've been working against each other so much that no one's had the opportunity to take up that stake yet.
I'm not gonna say anything, but when she mentions that all of the family members are found dead, my eyes go like from the panel on the wall just to Cholula, and then slowly back to the panel on the wall.
Slowly back.
Lovely tea.
It's fine.
Do they know anything about all of the servants that were working for them, where they ended up?
A number of them were drawn and quartered.
Right.
Yikes.
But I think a few managed to make their escape. They're probably working for other families now, I would imagine.
Okay.
It's not easy to leave this place.
What is the state of the mines?
The mines, the same as they always were. Rife. They are full to the brim with crystals, just waiting to be plucked.
Nothing else?
With hard work. I'm sorry?
Could someone be captured and detained down there? We have reason to believe that that's where her family is, at least a couple of.
Maybe they're just hiding out.
You could potentially capture and detain someone there, yes. There's also ample places to hide. There are so many tunnels that have been long dug up and cordoned off that certainly you could make yourself unknown there. It would be rather drab not seeing the sunlight, but you could do it.
Okay.
You know, what little sunlight we get through the clouds.
Right.
Does the carnival ever come through?
I've not heard of a carnival in many years,
All right.
but I think there was one that made the rounds every now and again.
Okay.
You've just been here, though. You haven't been interacting with the city or the capital of any sort.
The only interaction I do with Sturban is to exchange coin for food with various vendors in the market, and I do not make my way to
Right.
the south.
To avoid being seen. This place, you know better than I by now. It doesn't exist outside of this world. It moves even. Have you heard of anything? I mean, there had to have been rumors of people escaping.
Yes, there are rumors.
Well,
all the
there's
time.
you.
Right, but I'm saying
Until
currently.
now, no one who has attempted to escape has ever returned, so the rumors are just that.
I
But
can't imagine they would want to.
are you saying you made it through the mists?
Twice now.
Twice.
So
3 times,
we could go.
effectively. I'm not sure how. I think I can sense it. I kind of picked where I went this time, if that makes sense.
See,
I kind of, as you saw, I have a bit of agency over it, it seems.
But it also seemed like Wellington was able to come and go as he pleased, and now suddenly he isn't able to. Or maybe there's some other reason that they're stuck here.
Could it be because
Hey,
his bargain ended? You killed the hag, so
Right, so maybe,
that could have been his method.
right,
possibly.
but
I don't
It's-
know.
it
But
is-
either way, I gotta find him and try to see if we can help get him out of that mess, and then maybe we can all leave together. If you, I mean, you seem like you want to. This is a terrible place.
absolutely. If
everyone wants to, really.
there's a way, I mean, yes, I would jump at the opportunity to be able to leave this place if there was a way that we could.
Get your mother out too.
Or everyone, at least those who aren't,
Everyone ever?
those who aren't nobles, those of us who are just working to survive and scrounging for meat wherever we can find it. If we could get those people out, that would be excellent. But if the choice is myself or nothing, I would take that.
Have you found... Does anyone know anything about this? Everyone seems to fear it, seems to avoid trying to go through it. Do we know its origin? Do we know...
I have a few partners that I've worked with in the mines. One of them, Davin, he
was telling me that he tried to flee through it. He ran into the mist and found himself running out of the same thicket that he had entered. He said that he was certain he had gone in a straight line, but it's like it deposited him back here. So he tried again, and when he ran out, and instead of continuing forward, he thought maybe if he stood in place, that would be some sort of secret of transportation. If moving turns you around, then stopping perhaps moves you forward. But he said that he quickly grew lethargic. He waited for a number of hours, but it felt like it was stifling, like it was choking him. And eventually he fled and found himself once again back here.
We dealt with that sort of situation too, but it was in a different place before we got to where we could make it back here. I mean, this place isn't on a map anymore or anything.
When I was out there, if I stayed in one place for too long, the mist would take me and bring me back here, or attempt to.
Like it's not done with you.
But Silas, you're able to sort of manipulate.
That might be a
Some
strong
mist.
word, but
There was certainly something going on
At
there
least
that I could see.
partially. I wonder if we can find a way to amplify that. Or maybe use that to an advantage to maybe
Well, if I could-
create a hole in the mist or something that people can escape through.
Well, the rope things seem to work. I seem to be able to choose again where we came out.
We attached ourselves to each other so we wouldn't get separated when we couldn't see anything.
In theory, we could also tie that rope to a solid point in space, and as long as we don't get slack on the side that's tied to it, we know that we're getting further and further away.
Right. Till we run out of rope. But we've
Yeah.
got, good chunk. Sort of been collecting as we've gone, huh?
That's why I was asking about the origin. If we knew anything, if we could find out something about it, we could.
I mean,
I
I
could understand
imagine
it a bit more.
surely it's got something to do with these noble families if they're the ones that are sort of benefiting from all of this and from everyone being trapped here and having to work underneath them.
Yes, well, they certainly have their own genre of troubles, we'll say, but for the most part, they do run the show, yes.
There's
Is,
always that. Or they were already super rich before Borka got all sucked up into this place.
And now
And
it's
then they just
even better.
benefited.
Right.
Our
Is
intention,
there-
our intention is to rescue her family and to return. I think along the way we'll find out more about this mist and whether or not I can continue traveling through it.
I see.
Would you join us? It wouldn't be out in public, it would be in the mines.
I wouldn't send you to the mines without my aid. I know it like the back of my own hand. I can help you get past Lord Novenritter's patrols. If you have a general idea of what direction or which tunnels you're looking for, then I can do my best to lead you to them without us being discovered by anyone, hopefully.
We can
Might
try
be-
to ask them which way to go, maybe?
More landmarks. We can speak to them remotely a bit,
Something
Excellent.
for sure.
but we do know it's the Ritter mine.
That's nothing.
Yeah, all I remember was them saying was they were 2 miles in.
Yeah, that's
Is
I can call. I can reach out.
We can take the evening to rest. If you need anything from town,
we can procure that.
right, certainly no one would recognize probably any of you. When was it, how long has it been since you've been within Borka?
She assumes another form when she's in
I see.
Borka.
Well, I can't anymore today. I don't think that kind of took it out of me.
You could
but-
take my cloak if you need it.
Almost on cue as you're saying this, the hour passes and your hair starts to go from this like more kind of like flat brown to like becoming more voluminous and red, and you take on your shifter appearance again
Yeah.
as the alter self spell fades after an hour. Oh,
So, well, there we are.
I see.
Pretty recognizable in a place like this, I feel like.
Yes, I've only met someone like you once before, but certainly rare in these parts.
Were they also red-headed by any chance?
They were. Curly, just like yours. Lovely girl. It was one of the few bright lights during my time at the Delisney estate.
That might be Cherry.
I was sad to have had to leave them behind. Cherry?
My sister Cherry.
Cherry Duvet.
That's who my brothers came to get out of here. We're trying to all sort of, get back together as a family, but everyone got spread out. But then my brothers were gone for too long, and whenever we tried to be like, hey, when are you, getting out or whatever, they were like, don't look for us, and so, we did.
Naturally,
So they were deflecting.
Interesting.
Right?
There was, as I said earlier, there was a bit of a hubbub in town of late. Sturban, one of the few benefits of living in this area is that we've got quite a bit of distance between ourselves and a majority of the noble families. Most of them live near Levcrest in the south.
Mm-hmm.
The only two families that we really deal with on a more frequent basis in Sturban are the Ritters, who are to the northwest of us, and they don't show themselves in town very frequently. I've heard rumors that Ivan Delisney has not left his estate in a number of years. Some say he's never left his estate. But the Delisney estate is due directly east of Sturban.
Do you know where did you meet Cherry? Where was she?
I met
working?
Cherry when I was working on the Delisney estate.
Okay.
We were both in charge of cleanup in one of the factories, one of the many factories. There was an incident. I try not to. I haven't actually spoken openly about it before. I'm realizing. There was an accident. A number of these constructs got free, were unchained. Cherry wasn't hurt. But a number of the royal guards were killed, and I fled. I seized the opportunity. With every step I took away from the estate, I was waiting for a crossbow bolt in the back, but it never came, and I just kept moving until eventually I found myself back here. I didn't stick around to find out if it was an intentional, if someone had sabotaged the equipment, or if it was just purely an accident. But I saw an opportunity and I took it. I've not seen Cherry since then. That was about 2 years ago now.
Okay. And then in the past 10 days, there have been more of them showing up in the wilds out here.
Yes, apparently there was quite a stir at the Delisney estate. I don't know the specifics, but from what I heard, chatter in the mines, there's always some ribbon of truth to it, but you've got to be careful what you believe from a bunch of miners who spend their days underground. But a number of them claimed they saw a massive devil, hideous creature that I assume was one of the constructs. But apparently it was being chased by the constructs. So I don't know if it had gone rogue or if it had
It could be my eldest brother. Well, okay.
Could also be, didn't you say your other brother is a...
He did get bitten. Well, my young...
I don't know if you describe him as a devil quite as much as Wellington.
Well, but if he was like real big and it was dark.
My younger brother of the two was unfortunately bitten by a werewolf when we kind of got in an altercation.
It's really not that bad.
But he said it was fine.
Yeah, he seems good.
But
As I've heard it, apparently there are rumors that one of the noble families, I can't remember, there's so many of them. There's a rumor that one of them is stricken with lycanthropy as well.
oh, well,
So they'd be
He might
familiar.
fit right in here.
They'd be familiar.
my eldest brother, though, the hag that she mentioned, sort of our separation as a family came from a deal that he made with said hag a long, long time ago, and his appearance has changed drastically. So if someone looked sort of like a devil, that it could be
Winged?
I think
Wellington.
they did mention wings and horns.
It's hard not to.
An unfortunate
Maybe-
side effect.
Maybe we tuck in for the evening?
Yes, your room is as you left it.
Our, have father's things been...
No, I've not found the heart to change anything. I've been staying in my own childhood bedroom. Everything else is as it stood before Father passed.
I'm just going to
Vaguely
abruptly stand up
familiar.
and go to my father's room.
Yeah.
You can hear me throughout the entirety of the house.
Yeah, you hear the creaking. You swear you see like the front wall kind of like flexes as Silas goes up the stairs and leans back a little bit further.
Once Silas gets up, I'm just gonna lay down on this couch.
Absolutely.
There are. You're welcome to the any of the open rooms. I'm afraid we don't have a lot of space, but as I said, I stay in my own childhood bedroom, so anything else is up for grabs if you need a rest.
Just let me know. I don't want to disturb your parents' room. I guess that's probably where Silas is now, isn't it?
It seems that way. Yes.
Okay. I will try to find a room that is not where he is or looks like Silas's baby room.
That doesn't look like Silas's baby room?
Yeah, I'm not trying to take it. Well, I don't know. Are you taking your dad's room?
I went up to the parents.
I will say there are 3 rooms in this home.
Yeah.
Outside of this living area and the kitchen, it's pretty small. It is 2-story, but upstairs is just 3 bedrooms.
I was surprised Katya had her own. To be really honest.
We were doing well.
Yeah. It's not central AC though. It's kind of built in a way where you open a window and wind kind
Yeah.
of.
No electricity either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll take
Or
one that
arcane means.
she's not using.
Yeah. Which would be the living room.
Yeah.
You rest on the couch.
I'm resting on this couch. Yeah.
Absolutely. Alma, there's like kind of this awkward pause as she like sips her tea and Cholula lays down.
I used to
your
also
Haven-
stay in my abandoned childhood bedroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, cheers to that.
She takes a sip.
Sip.
Do we have like the brow and nose still like throughout? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
it
know
is-
how much.
It is the through
small-
line.
Yeah.
It's not as prominent. She's got like sort of like her hair is brown, but it's lighter than yours. But her eyebrows are the same thick, dark that yours is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it suits her frame.
Strong.
As you guys
Strong forearm.
find a long rest. In the
Yeah, how buff are her forearms?
fucking jacked.
Handsome. Handsome forearm.
Alma, though stunned, you had the closest. Well, I guess all of you kind of did it by the end, but you were the first to have
I was the first to see those arms.
up close. See those meat hooks swinging in action, and
saying?
Glistening fish lifters.
This is tea, this is water, and I feel like you guys are saying things to me that don't line up with those beverages.
Glistening fish lifters.
Meat hooks Fish
No, this
flipper.
is definitely the physique of a woman who's been swinging a pickaxe in a mine for many a year.
Hell yeah.
Yo,
Yes.
those were my outside words.
You did speak them aloud, yes.
You're very worked out.
You should
work
get
out.
some rest. I shall retire to my room.
I just, like, whatever chair I'm in, I just slide down.
She stands and kind of, she doesn't collect your teacups if they're not finished.
I'm still holding it.
Yeah, for sure. She like thinks for a moment and then leaves the set and heads upstairs.
Is
Excuse me.
what
Silas.
if you have it? Yeah.
No, I didn't plan this one.
I didn't know.
Silas.
I kind of like cautiously open the door, like there's still like the nerves of, because I had like a pleasant memory outside, but like there's also a whole other part of the pie chart that was probably not great. So like I opened the door the way I would if I were 12.
Absolutely. I apologize, everyone.
Yeah, it's kind of turning.
I don't know why it folds on me.
Like maybe go up
Little
the collar a
light
bit so it
keeps
doesn't
on
have an opportunity.
Jesus.
You can mute your mic.
I can't.
You can't. Not yet. No.
I don't have my page yet.
Character.
Oh, right.
Everybody has to listen to me.
So yeah,
You just
can he
screamed into
make
the
it
microphone.
so that your wife and I, the wives, can't
wives?
do stuff? Yes.
Right.
But he can't mute his mic. So,
So, who's possessed now?
What an insensitive thing to like. You see like a Catholic priest like throwing water on a kid. And you're like, who's possessed now? And then there's a freeze frame and the credits roll and the audience laughs.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You creak up the stairs step by step. You hear muffled conversation in the drawing room of Alma chatting with her aunt that she's just met for the first time. Just learned about for the first time, I think.
Yeah. Correct.
And
I've mentioned that my sister might still be alive.
you have. Yeah, you had mentioned having a sister before. Yeah, you go up the hallway. You know that to the left at the end is your bedroom, and to the right, just maybe 5 feet down the hall, is your parents' bedroom. And you step down, just the creaking of floorboards as you approach, and you find yourself standing before a closed door.
Like again, just like a hesitation, and then just kind of like, and just like throw it open.
Yeah. And it just like slams open and like very like gritty on its hinges, and it took that force to get it to move. You get the sense this door hasn't been opened in quite some time, and the foundation has shifted a bit, as it is wont to do. And you find yourself immediately greeted with a humble double bed that has this very makeshift, like it was more probably, you assume, built as a request rather than, you know, your father wasn't a very skilled artisan, we'll say. He was not a carpenter. But nevertheless, you see various like planks and boards that have been put together to make this sort of, oh shit, I forget the word. What's the name of the thing that hold a canopy around the bed?
Oh, big fire hazard.
There is not a fireplace in this room. But you see a small desk on either side. To call it a desk, it's an end table. There's 2 end tables with stools in front of them on either side. One of them has a small mirror.
Cameron has been in a room before.
I have.
I want you to know.
One of them on the right side has a small mirror on it that is purely functional. And there's a couple of like powders and brushes, but seems mostly to have been cleared out on that side. Your mother's side of the bed, there's like a few little makeup bubbles left behind.
Is his pickaxe in here?
His pickaxe is leaning up against the wall next to the end table on the left side of the bed.
I like stomp over to it and pick it up. For sure.
Feels good in the hand. and well made.
Can I check the desk, like his side?
Yeah,
if
make an
there was a thing?
investigation check.
This nightmare.
That's a 5.
Everybody's running like they've never been anywhere.
Pouring through the desk, you find a couple of ledgers that seem to be, you see various names listed on them. Most notably are Delisnia, Mondarova, and Ritter, as well as a number of entries. The majority of the entries are Delisnia, but Ritter is signed at the bottom of each of the ledgers.
I'm just like pushing things out of the way. No keys of any sort.
No keys. There's a couple of like old pairs of clothing. Brushing your hand against one. It's got that same rough texture that you remember from the few hugs that you received in moments of elatement and joy.
The 5 hugs you got.
One hand.
Yeah.
Wow.
You recall the second trip that you took out into the woods with your father. The first hug that you have in living memory was your first kill. It was that same jackalope, or at least you tell yourself it was the same jackalope.
This
first
brings
time.
Silas 0 comfort. Like that memory was intruded, if anything, just now.
For sure.
I'll slam the desk closed
Yeah.
and
Make one more investigation check.
okay. That's the
It's
number.
almost a 3
It was
again.
almost a 3 again, and that dice would have been through a very exotic window. 18.
18.
The pot's not full yet. We can throw more dice in here.
Nice. Roll a d100.
This is where it's all gonna come together.
I'm gonna get a 99. I haven't rolled over 30 on a D100 since we've started this campaign. 24.
24.
It just doesn't happen. Safari Fred can back me up.
Yeah, you toss aside, just kind of like push things aside and close the drawer, turn and like kind of throw yourself down onto the bed, seated. Take a deep breath and like lean forward and just kind of like hands on your temples, and looking down, you see a small like vial just barely rolls out from under the bed and kind of like rests up against your shoe. It seems like you jostled it loose.
I pick up the vial.
Yeah. Looking over it, it's a familiar color, albeit maybe a bit muted, but it appears to be a potion of healing.
Nice.
If you want to take one of these.
A little bottle.
I'm yeah, just after like a couple minutes of just like rubbing my temples, pocketing that, I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna get up and leave and go to my room, but like not close the door.
Mm-hmm.
But like really pinning in, like wanting to destroy everything in this room, like so badly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I probably should have rolled for it just now. But yeah.
Yeah, going down the hall and opening up your door, there's this weird feeling of not quite deja vu, but it's in that same realm as you feel like you were just standing in this room. Because when you were in the house on Cloaker Hill, it was nearly identical, the setup. But stepping into this space, you can see for certain that this was your childhood bedroom. You see the window that you spent many a night and day peering out of, watching the red dirt road below. And you see a much smaller pickaxe leaned up against the headboard to, like next to the headboard to your bed, which is on the right side of the room. And the bed is smaller than you remember.
I'll probably be using that as a pillow sitting on the floor. Yeah, I don't think he's like exploring really. I think he's just going to go to sleep.
Okay.
At this point, to the best of his ability.
After a strange couple of days of traversing mists willingly or not, and eventually finding yourselves in Borka, for some of you back in Borka, you take a long rest. And you guys can heal up anything any damage you took, any spell slots you used come back, all of that biz. And you find yourselves awakening rested the next day. The sunrise is drab, dreary. It's overcast again. A little dark outside.
I'm gonna grab some of the cured pork and whatever other weird rations I might have with me and try to make like a breakfast for everybody on the little stove.
Yeah, absolutely. You wake up a little bit before Katya and start getting everything put together. And the aroma wafts through the home, through every little nook and cranny and rat hole, and reaches all of you. And
then
overwhelm
1,000
us
rats,
and
yeah.
we die.
Every little rat hole.
you all find yourselves rousing to the smell of cooking pork.
Is there anything in this room that I would have left as a kid, or did I take?
You tell me.
I imagine there were like probably more like less like valuable
break
rocks,
dancer.
like interesting shapes. You know, the way a kid does. They
Yeah.
find a rock that's a cool shape or smooth or something. I imagine there's like a box. of
There's
that.
definitely like 2 tiger's eyes in there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll like pocket those and grab the smaller pickaxe as well.
Yeah.
Is there? You said upstairs. Is it like tight stairs, like walled, or is there a banister of any sort?
There's a banister.
I destroy that. I'll just like kick that straight over, and then I'll go downstairs. This is probably the finest meal that's been made in this house in years.
I can't argue with that.
Did you just kick the banister up? That's
Yeah.
a safety problem on top of
I'll be
why?
honest, if you hadn't said anything, I would have assumed that you just leaned on it too hard.
Yeah. I hate that banister.
This
In particular.
smells amazing, right?
No, yes.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It is kind of my thing.
For safety.
So,
It's no subject for breakfast. Maybe on the trek over we can talk about it.
speaking of, first thing, to the mines.
I believe so. Yeah.
Right.
All right, should I reach out to Wellington one more time?
If you feel like you have the energy.
You could do it now. I don't know if you have like a limit on when you can do that or whatever, but we could also, when we get closer and are like, wait a minute, there's a fork in the road, we can ask them which way they went or something.
I'm sure Katya and I can find our way back to the Rittermine.
If
Or
I
just
can
make
get
sure
No-
they're still there,
no
I guess.
problem.
If I can get some kind of identifier from the start, that might give us a better idea of where we should start going.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they have any kind of landmarks around them of any sort.
Glowing eyes. Casting sending.
Your eyes glow and you cast sending.
Okay, Wellington. We have found help. to the mine. Need some identifiers.
The voice that responds to you is certainly Wellington. Make an insight check real quick before I perform.
I mean, come on. For the show, just do a 20 real quick. Just roll a 20 real quick.
A 23.
Yay!
I bet you're just gonna be like, oh, he sounds pretty sleepy. He seems tired.
It sounds like he just had like a lot of milk.
I'm going to tell you what he says, and then I'll tell you what you garner with your roll.
Okay. I will, if he's describing kind of a setting, I will speak that out loud
Certainly.
to everyone.
2 miles inward. There's a patch of glowing mushrooms right outside a closed mine shaft. Lift the boards, head through maybe 200 or so feet. Then there's a bit of a drop. Maybe 50? Before you arrive, there's...
And it stops. With your insight check, not only does Wellington sound different, he sounds...
Does he sound more like a person?
He sounds more like a person. He seems like his vocal cords are less...
They're not all stuck like this anymore.
strained and larger.
Yeah. But he seems, I would say, on a 23 insight check. You don't know that he's... You can't tell if he's... You can tell he doesn't seem thrilled about it. He seems distressed.
About being a guy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna, I need to know very badly what the rest of that was.
Okay.
Okay, one more time. There's...
Sorry. There's something you should know before you arrive.
And I'm
You're
going to tell
pregnant.
you soon. Actually, maybe the next sentence.
Pippin is not here. With me. In the mine. Stop. He's at the Delisnia estate. With Cherry. He's been captured.
We're at 31 of 50 words.
Okay. I'm not going to say this part out loud.
Okay. To the group, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
The Delisnia part? Or what you're
No,
about
I'll
to
say all that.
Okay.
In my head, I'm gonna say, are you a guy? Again?
It seems perhaps the hag's magic is waning.
That's great.
I preferred supernatural strength.
And that's all the words.
Pippin is not here.
I'm gonna say carrying over from your prior.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy. Carrying over from your prior insight check. Getting the full picture now. You get the sense that Pippin probably is in danger.
Yeah.
He's been captured, along with Cherry. Wellington seems to have relied on the brute strength of his form as
And now he's just a little
as a
guy
pit
at the
fiend.
bottom of a mine
and now
shaft.
he's a dude. He's probably not useless, but he's very down on himself at the moment.
Okay.
And feels like, shit, I can't help because the thing that made me strong is gone. Send help.
I hate to triage in this way necessarily, but it sounds a little bit, perhaps, like Wellington is emotionally,
You started with an up thumb.
but physically okay.
Okay.
That's good. He's not injured.
Sad, but maybe okay.
Well, it's Borka, so that's,
But
he's lucky to have his
We're
health.
all sad
we're all sad.
at all times. Most people are sad more than glad, in my experience.
Our fans call you sad girl. Or weird girl.
They call me weird
Call
girl,
you weird girl, that's right.
You have fans?
which is hurtful.
Oh, yes, you will hear them. I'm surprised we didn't hear them doing
They
that.
followed you through the mists.
No, probably not.
But
Find out
Yeah,
the
you'll-
next fight.
Yeah, you'll see.
it would seem possibly that the magic which made him is fading. So he's just a little guy again.
You slept, right? You slept through the night?
Yeah, I feel generally disoriented and distressed at all times, which is a feeling I thought I had left
No.
when I died. It is back in a new kind of way, which I'm gonna learn to cope with eventually. Right
no,
now, though.
you're never really cured of depression. Of any
Perhaps
sort.
we're in
You just
hell.
find a way to.
Perhaps when you passed through the mists, you died, and we are trapped here.
I don't know if that's entirely correct. I a while back, I died,
She
like
died.
hard, like
Man.
gone, bad.
For like a while.
For like a while.
You didn't end up here.
No. I was in a never-ending hallway with several rooms where I had to detach the ghosts that were clinging to me in a different kind of haunting experience that I was having. It's a lot to explain.
It's a long story.
I've never heard
And we
that.
have kind of a thing that's like life or death, maybe. So Cherry and Pippin,
They aren't also there.
they're not also there. They are still at
Delisnia?
Dyslexia.
the dyslexia estate.
And they've been captured.
They are captured.
And your mother's there as well.
And
Yes.
We have reason to believe.
I
So we go in blasting and we kill everyone there except for the people that we're no.
This
You
is-
look like that's not a good idea.
You know those
That seems
three
bad.
those three creatures that were giving us the runaround out in
stirred
the
my
woods?
brain.
Yes.
That's where they're manufactured.
Are they
Right.
autonomous?
Are
or
they
do
just like wandering around, or do they like loose them if somebody's in there or something?
Based on what I saw, different things for different occasions.
Different strokes for different folks.
Are they autonomous, or do they have a centralized?
As far as I know, they are given a directive and they carry out that directive.
Does the directive carry them through their task wholesale, or is it?
Well, they seem to be quite violent, regardless of what their directive is.
I'm saying, can we get to the source, cut it off, and they all?
Perhaps. I don't
Maybe
know
if they haven't already been given a directive.
I don't know what the source would be.
Whoever's giving the directive,
Right.
which we have reason to believe. would be
Ivan, maybe?
Ivan.
Do we? Is there anybody you've been collecting the pieces, the parts of these things as they appear?
Yes.
Do you know somebody who understands how they work?
Outside of Ivan.
You know, we could
There's
go get Wellington out of the mines and bring him back here. He doesn't have to infiltrate with us or nothing, but he can like sleep in a bed while we go do the thing.
Maybe he'd be less
you know,
sad.
Right?
Right now he seems pretty sad.
He's in a closed mine shaft.
Well, he
They
got
don't
in
l-
there somehow.
They don't light those things. I mean, maybe the lichen and mushrooms, but I mean, I imagine it's rather dour. You
Well,
don't.
look and see in the dark.
He probably doesn't know what time of day it is. It's horrible down there.
It is not preferable. There was one person that I knew. One person that Mother used to send letters. Your grandmother used to send letters.
Right, I have a grandmama.
Your namesake.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Her name is Orma. Orma Wilford.
That's going to become confusing. I think we should all refer to her as Grammy.
Okay.
No,
Right.
Sweet.
Or perhaps
sweet.
Gigi or something.
Ah,
It's really up to what she prefers. I hope she's all right. She hasn't written in quite some time. She did mention
is she
on occasion.
also at the Delisnia?
Yes.
She's at the Delisnia estate.
Okay.
She mentioned she would always try and inform me whenever there were others like myself, people who escaped and found their way out of the estate,
Okay.
in hopes that I could meet with them and perhaps take them in or set them on the right path. She wrote to me about one fellow, peculiar fellow. I can't remember his name. It started with an H, maybe? Handel. That feels wrong.
That's a shit composer.
She's not written to me.
Burn.
True though.
Yeah.
Bark for life. She's not written to me for.
Minimalist.
It's been about 6 months now. But her last letter, she mentioned. She always referred to him as a lovely creature. Howard. Howard was his name.
Did she mention where he was going?
No, just that he, whenever she's in charge of bringing food to the various workers, she would deliver to the engineers, the artificers, the ones who build some of these creatures or parts for these creatures. She always mentioned how lovely and clever Howard was, a clever little creature, and in her last note she mentioned that he had fled, that he had somehow gotten out of his binds and made his way out of the estate. I have not come across him.
How?
But if anyone on the outside, if he survived, if anyone knew how these things worked or what might be running the gears behind them,
It would be Howard.
I think we go find Wellington and then we find this Howard.
Yeah.
You
If we
said
put
you
them
have,
together, he'll know what their weaknesses are.
you have a collection of these things.
bits and bobbles, yes. I figure if I take the bigger pieces, perhaps the crystals and things, it's harder for them to get their hands on.
I can hold those for you. We can take them with us in this, and I'll kind of like put my entire arm in it.
I see.
Yes.
There's a collection in my room. There's another thing that I haven't mentioned yet. The gems that we collect. Do you recall there were certain shafts, the glowing ones that, as children, we weren't allowed to go down?
No, I've had issues with my memory. I've had, I think so. The orange ones, or
Yes, the Kesso shafts.
right?
Highly volatile gems. I had suspicions. It would seem that the Delisnia family has partnered in some way, or has been paying the Ritter family for inordinate amounts of Kesso. And that might have something to do with it, those orange crystals that we found inside of the eye stalks.
You said highly volatile?
Highly volatile.
So like,
If not protected
Like
and stricken,
explosive?
if stricken barren, they have quite a reaction. Yes.
Only senior miners were allowed into those shafts.
did you,
I'm
that's
still not
funny,
allowed,
senior
because
miners. Did your mother ever say anything about maybe where they would store, like a closet for.
She didn't mention anything, but as I stated before, she's in food service as far as I know.
How are these correspondence reaching?
By letter. The letters would arrive at the doorstep. By courier, I presumed.
But not
So-
for the last 6 months.
Security seems to be low.
Or it's heightened if she hasn't been able to send anything in 6 months.
If the correspondence have been, these people have escaped, good luck caring for them. They're not reading letters on the out. At least they weren't.
She didn't detail how she got the letters out.
Right.
Possibly through somebody else
So-
who has escaped.
Wellington, Howard, the Disney.
Yes.
If we're lucky, maybe somebody who is familiar with putting things like this together is nearby, looking for possibly some of this queso or scavenging for parts.
Right.
If we can find this Howard, he might know where they store the crystals.
If he was an engineer.
These are
Because if we can at least get in, and if he can get, the workers out of the way for safety. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and if we can get
Do I know of
Jerry
any? Do I know of any incidents regarding?
Jerry, Pippin,
Kesso cave-ins?
and Grammy Gigi,
yes.
Gam Gam.
Hey, you'll figure it out.
I'm workshopping.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
after
I've never
that,
had a Gam Gam.
You have to meet her, I think.
we
first.
should blow it up, though.
I think, aren't you supposed to pick that? You didn't have,
No, the grandbaby, you pick it.
I was,
I
Oftentimes-
pick it based on
oftentimes-
what
I was
criteria?
12. I hadn't had a child yet.
It's my understanding. It's my understanding that the grandparent has a preference of what they'd like to be called, but the pronunciation that the child can muster is what it ends up being.
You called.
I'm an adult.
You called your elven grandparents Meemot and Peapot. That was something. I don't know if you remember that.
They did hate that.
I had a
And
peepaw daddy.
us. You have what?
Peepaw daddy.
Peep, peep.
Peepaw daddy.
Peepaw Daddy.
Peepaw Daddy.
Peepaw Daddy.
Peepaw Daddy.
Peepaw Daddy. No. Peepaw Daddy.
Peepaw Daddy.
Peepaw Daddy. It's a Peepaw Daddy. Is it hyphenated? Or is it Peepaw Daddy?
One word.
It's
Silas,
2 words.
as you're ruminating on the word Peepaw Daddy,
Peepaw Daddy.
you're having memories of oh yeah, that's you recall not the incident, but you remember when restrictions, because formerly it was just children of a certain age, once you were 16 you were allowed to go into the Kesso mines, but then there was a major accident in cave-in which cost the Ritter family a lot of money in revenue, potential revenue, and from that point on it was 30 plus in the Kesso mines.
There was an incident that didn't really reach publication because the Ritters made sure it didn't, but a Kesso cave-in isn't just trapped miners in a mine. It is an I'm going to say evaporation of those involved.
Is there
It
any
is-
risk that Wellington is in a mine near some of these queso crystals?
If he's in the mines, there's a risk.
If it's a closed one, but he might be in the one that I am discussing currently.
We should leave soon.
But they glow, so there's more light down
Easy
there
to
than
find.
yes.
If we're lucky, he's in a mine that was closed down because it was picked dry.
Right? Or
That's
because it's already exploded once.
And maybe our Howard is there.
Maybe.
Could be useful. If I was an engineer looking for supplies, I'd go for the closed mines first, where I won't get caught.
Little creature. Odd choice of words.
Little creature.
Well,
Lovely
can-
little creature.
She did kind of nickname everything, though. Everything was cute to her.
Yes, lots of lovely little things.
everything
Lots
is
of
cute.
love. Did you see the tea set last night? It was very much her.
We should probably
Shall we away?
head out and go get Wellington.
Yeah.
All right. As you gather up your things, prepare to look normal in the streets for a moment, and
Normal in the streets?
normal in the streets.
Just normal in the streets.
Just normal. Just a normal people.
Misty in the shade.
You head out from the old Wilford
I'm
house.
vapor.
You head out from the old Wilford house and begin setting northeast towards the Ritter Mines, being led by Katya Wilford.
If you must know about the banister, like in the back, that's where one would receive lashings.
Oh.
For
yeah, racket.
poor performance in the mines, usually.
I don't like that.
No,
Didn't
but
either.
I was able to get this, and I'll like show them the pickaxe.
It's just a little guy. Wait, did you take the small one or the?
I took
Or
You
your
took
dad?
both. Which one are you
Okay.
holding?
the small one.
It's just like this
little-
big. That's why you were performing so poorly. It's a really
At
tiny.
first you
use the
think,
small
oh, it's so
one.
cute, look how small it is. And then you remember it was made for a child's hand.
It's made for a child's hands.
Upsetting.
So I destroyed a banister.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Tell you what,
But
once we get Mother back, and
Still
we're
a
headed
safety hazard.
Yeah.
once we get Mother back and we're headed on our way out of the mists and leaving Borka behind, let's level that house behind us.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll use this one, and then I pull up Dad's pickaxe.
Yeah.
There. So I was gonna leave this down there. Sorry.
In the mine?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
You don't gotta apologize, Silas.
No, it's
We've all got some weird shit.
a miner's axe is meant to be left in the mines.
Is it?
It's the least I could do.
The rest of the walk is uncomfortably quiet as you make your way towards the Ritter Mines. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What happens now?
What do we do?
Now we do a giveaway.
Peepaw Daddy.
Peepaw Daddy.
Peepaw Daddy.
Daddy.
Peepaw Daddy.
Fun fact, yeah, Kitty and I used to call one of our grandparents Peepaw Daddy.
They were in the rodeo.
Yeah, I don't know why.
One of my like.
What was it? It was Granny and Peepaw Daddy?
Grandma, people, daddy.
and it's Granny,
So Grandma is normal.
it's Granny and Papa, and then Grandma and Peepaw Daddy.
Yeah. One of
You gotta even
People,
it out.
daddy was the horse one.
One of my found families after college, they called their grandparents Mimot and Peapot. They were of German descent.
Oh, nice.
He's so small, and he's if you've been to like, if you've been to Chili's, and they have like
Welcome to Chili's.
the wrought iron Chili's handles, his company made those. He was like this tiny little artisan.
Oh, hey, I see you guys there in the chat. Safari Fred says, no, let's go for 3 more hours, fuck. And hello, Disfamist.
We
says, yes,
found so
let's continue the chaos. Hello and welcome. I don't think I've read your name in chat before. Welcome and hello.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us.
We're about to get to this dice giveaway. If you want more,
Dice.
If you want more content, you can check out the Patreon. We have a ton of stuff over there. By no means is it necessary, but it helps us a lot. And it's not just like you give us money for free. There's actually a lot of cool shit over there.
Yeah.
We also have a YouTube channel that's got some like one-shots and stuff on it for fun. Or if you're like, how did we get here? And you want to watch 60 episodes, 59 episodes of it, fucking do it.
It'll
Nice
be
light is
60,
10.
Hey, it'll be 60 episodes on Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be 60 episodes on Tuesday on YouTube. And if you are a Patreon supporter, I think at $5 and up, then you basically get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if you're a Twitch subscriber, you get it immediately.
Speaking
The
of,
300.
we have
Yeah.
we have 300
shit.
followers.
Yeah,
Also,
I've got a
we
bunch
have
of
been
stuff to
asked
do.
to
Hang
open
on.
this box.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh.
Do you want to...
Weird inward
don't have a
burp
sharp.
at the same time?
I can
looking
pass
for?
this over and set it.
Yeah, you gotta get the tape first.
Oh, so you
I
can
don't
see
have
the
a
little
sharp.
guys. Can you help them with the wire?
Oh yeah.
We can set this somewhere so you can kind of like show them off inside.
Yeah, just close to her as you.
Get out of here, grassland. There we go. Dope. Cool. On that note,
300.
300. We hit 300 followers during the stream. Holy shit. Thank you guys so much. That's super rad.
I think we actually went over 300.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were at 302 last I checked.
Oh, were we?
Well, hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
What does that mean, Cam?
So,
we haven't talked about.
For those of you, we haven't talked about this in a second. For those of you who don't know, we are all artists. We do a bit of the drawing and painting.
We draw.
Boring.
And whenever we hit 200 subscribers, we did a special charity stream where we managed to raise like $300 something for our local animal shelter,
Yeah.
which is super rad. So many little fur babies got fed and littered and all that stuff thanks to you guys.
Right
Which is
before
super
winter
rad.
too, if I'm not mistaken. It was like really incredible timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason that we raised this money is because we went live and we did an art stream where we went through the monster manual alphabetically, and we had split things up beforehand, and we drew the monsters as thirst traps. We drew sexy monsters, and we promised that if we got another 100 followers that we would do it again, and look at us now.
Here we
Look at us
are.
now.
So
Tiny baby boy.
it probably won't happen until after we take our break at the end of April. So we will take that time during our move probably to
No,
discuss
let's do it right.
Who's
what
doing
charity
what?
we want to raise
Yeah.
for, and see some scheduling stuff.
Maybe we can throw that at Patreon. Maybe some options.
Yeah,
like
we could ask people what kind of charity they
We can do our first Patreon poll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm gonna mute this for the sake of
Don't forget to turn it back on.
horrible.
Oh, that's fair. Also, for those of you who might be wondering, it's the first. Where's my Patreon stuff? That'll be coming out this week, early this week for sure.
In fairness, I get emails all the time about stuff that you post more than once.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because every time the episodes go through, there's
Like a
new.
gargoyle?
It's a little gargman.
Gargoyle.
I think. What did they call him? A gargoyle.
A gargoyle.
I promise I'm going to announce the winner of this giveaway in a moment. So go ahead and enter if you haven't already. All you've got to do is be a follower of us here on the channel. You'll win these lovely dice that will show up at some point when we're not looking at minis.
Hey, big shout out to Sheer Terror for buying those color changing dice.
Oh, fuck yeah. I saw that. I tried not to get too excited because we were doing a thing, but
Yeah.
thank you so
This
much
is
for
a
the
man.
That's awesome.
I'll get those shipped on Monday.
A man with a sword.
Oh, we've got little envelopes if you need to.
I got some too. I got some bubble mailers, so it'll be
Wagon.
cheaper to send. Hell yeah. So, yeah, if you haven't already, type the word Silas in the chat, SYLAS, to enter for your chance to win this lovely set of Fable Fire dice. I made them myself, and they're beautiful.
Who's this?
The Chiselbone. She's holding what looks like some guts.
Chiselbone.
She's holding some guts.
That's what it looks like. Little intestines.
But as we continue to look at these lovely
The sausage
minis,
maker.
who won these again?
Sausage
Roastone.
Yeah, roasted.
Or at least Roastone requested for them to be open. So I thought-
Yes, we don't just do this all the time.
Hang on, she comes with a
Did she go with a little pot?
She has a little cauldron. I don't even know if
Oh,
it's
that's
gonna.
so fun.
It's so small.
It's almost like you could use that as like a Tasha's.
It does
mini.
look like it needs to be
Probably
like.
might need to. We can.
glued?
Oh, hey, super glue right here.
Well, I mean, it's not like broken off or anything like
it's
that.
not.
It's
It's
just
got
like,
It just needs to.
Yeah.
Be Roastone, let us know in chat
Or
if you
you
want us to
can-
glue it for you.
or you can just have it loose, like
Have the power.
for your soup.
I'm gonna read
Is that
off.
like what character that has a cauldron that flies around?
Yeah.
Didn't
Good
we do
on
that
you.
in a Halloween store?
Yeah.
Huh? What?
Yeah, the Halloween one shot. I had a witch that had a flying
nice.
cauldron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So maybe it's supposed to be detached. Unless that was just
All
you.
right, now we got this big
That was
old motherfucker.
I love it.
He's a snow golem.
He's a snow golem.
Now that we're not streaming no more, this is how we sound all the time.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and read off our Patreon supporters.
Right.
Because they're lovely and wonderful.
Give us some time.
Huge shout out to our dungeon delvers, Eric F,
Eric.
Freya O,
Oh.
and Scott S.
Scott.
Thank you guys so much. And then we've got our lovely adventurers. We've got Butterfly 425.
Butterfly.
Definitely not Sam.
That's not me. I don't know her.
We've got Evelyn of Alda.
Evelyn of Old.
Heal him. He's a good man.
Kill him. He's a good man.
We've got Evelyn of Alda. We've got Nita Yilva. We've got Phoenixborn Creations.
Phoenix.
I wonder who that is.
We've got Robin S.
Robin.
And we've got Tina H.
Tina.
Tina.
JJ.
JJ.
Christina.
Thank you so much to our Patreons who help us with shipping these lovely prizes. Speaking of lovely prizes,
That's my Christmas one-shot character.
Kettle, that's free
Christina
kettle.
Christ.
that's free kettle.
That's a free soup.
That's free soup.
That's your character has soup now.
That's miso soup you found in a chest.
The winner
Yes.
of the Fable Fire Poison Mist Dice giveaway
Dice.
is, oh shit, a new name I've never seen before. Disfamous. I say I've never seen it before. I read it moments ago and recounted
We
on that.
met
But
you
it's
for
like
the
Never
first
seen before
time.
today. Congratulations. We will get in touch with you through the back end of Twitch.
Or-
Right through its butt. It's called Twitch Whispers, actually. Our lovely stream director, Robbie, will get in contact with you to get your information, or if you are more comfortable sharing through Discord in a private message, you can do that as well. There's a link to our Discord in our About section right here on Twitch. And you can head over there. I don't know what's happening to me.
We're just all doing it.
We're all
Fine.
possessed.
Is that also like Peepaw Daddy?
We got the demons in us.
I'm full of beans.
Don't kill him. He's a good guy.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, and thank you to all of our new followers. You can catch up on YouTube if you liked what you saw and you want to figure out where we came from, where we started, and all that
What
business.
happened?
I know that Safari Fred is actually going through. Oh wait, no, I'm not going to say words. You can't make me. Ignore me. I know.
Ignore me.
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of like one-shots and things and lovely stuff that you can check out over on our YouTube channel that doesn't require 60 episodes of context. So check that out. We're hoping to do a lot more of that in the future. Next week's episode, April 8th, is going to be a very special episode, and you don't want to
Very, very special, and you don't even know why.
You don't even know
don't
why.
even
Maybe you'll find out.
Oh, who knows? So crazy.
Maybe it's the episode where we blow all of your kisses.
Maybe we blow up a house.
That's what's special about it. We blow you all kisses.
Oh, thanks for joining us.
Don't do it for free.
Oh shit! I take it back.
What is the opposite of a kiss? It's still.
I just did it like 10 times.
It's a fart.
It's going to be a special episode next week. We've got to ride this bean wave right into our chaos hours this evening, which will be posted for you sometime this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will catch you all next week. Same great place, same great time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on twitch.tv/Arcanarama. Until then, stay safe out there,
adventurers. We laugh, and then we laugh, and then we laugh. And then Robbie adds the laugh track. Oh my god.